All right. New video today. It's going to be now VTubing's biggest grifter got bullied off the internet. The story of Elfin Psyop. Now, I know nothing about VTubers, like I've expressed multiple times. I'm not a VTuber. I am not this like I'm pretty online, but I'm not online enough to know like all these VTubers. Like I know Leaflet. I watch a lot of Leaflet. I watch a ton of Smugglana. I don't watch her streams because she streams when I work, but I do watch a lot of her videos because she's a very smart girl, and I think she's funny. Other than that, I know Pippa. I know some of the Japanese VTubers. I don't literally watch them, but I've seen clips. Um, like I know Mori. I know Marine, but I don't know. To be honest, there's like a new VTuber every fucking day. Every time I turn around, I see like a new VTuber I've never seen before. And it wouldn't surprise. And one thing that's always surprised me with VTubers is like they're all fucking degenerates, man. I've never seen like a bigger group of degenerates in my life. Like it's all, it's just like pure feminine chaos energy going on in the VTuber space. Um, so it's a little weird to me, to be honest with you. It's a little off-putting sometimes, and it's like, okay, we don't need to like yeah, we're not gonna get to this, but anyway, I don't know a lot about VTubers. So when my buddy found out that like I'm sort of a PNG tuber, which I'm not, but like he says I am, so whatever. And then you guys keep saying I am, so whatever. He recommended me to watch this because I was like, I have nothing to watch, bro. I don't know what to react to. So yeah, I'm supposed to react to this video, I guess. I have no idea who Elfin Psyop is. But I do know who Ian Miles Chong is. This guy's a fucking clown grifter. Doesn't even never set foot in America. Doesn't live in America. He does not live in Tokyo, whatever the fuck he's put in there. He's from fucking Pacific Eastern Islander. Fucking where's he from? Is he Thailand? It's Thailand or the Philippines? I forget. Like I'm pretty sure this guy is a paid like reply guy for Elon Musk. Like Elon Musk pays this guy to like upvote his tweets for him. Um, and yeah, this guy's an absolute scam artist. He's a fucking grifter. He's a fucking retard. You should block him on Twitter. There's not many people you should actually block on Twitter. But like this is definitely a guy you should block on Twitter. Just grifting American politics and like sowing all kinds of problems and spreading lies and misinformation all the time. Even to the right. So and even though he's technically almost like an ally to like my political views, I don't like people like this. So yeah, so we'll get into this. I hope this is an hour and 23 minutes long. This is gonna be a 3-hour video. All right, let's get started.
Chung is a, let's say, political commentator that truly got in the spotlight in the run-up to the 2024 US presidential election. You see, Ian would tweet daily. We're talking hundreds of tweets, all centered on the topic of this election. The guy was acting like his life was hanging in the balance if the wrong...
Well, because according to leaks and the backhand knowledge that went around is he was literally tweeting for his life because he was going to get imprisoned in his home country. And apparently Elon Musk like pulled some tweaks, some favors to get him out, and it has basically been paying him to be his reply guy for like a year now.
Candidate ended up winning. In fact, he was so passionate about this topic that it even reached the owner of the website, Elon Musk, who retweeted and replied to his posts constantly. Except, here's the thing. Ian wasn't even a United States citizen.
Nope.
He was...
No green card, no nothing. He's actually... Oh, he's Malaysian. Okay, same thing. He's literally never, ever been in America, ever. He's never been here. He's never been here once, and even on vacation. This guy is, like, literally, he's a grifter. He's grifting, like, and just, yeah, like, the blue check mark. I don't want to get into it.
Malaysian.
Let's just watch. Just an hour and a half long video, Chris. Get through this. Holy fuck.
Lived in Malaysia. He didn't have a green card. Hell, he didn't even have a U.S. tourist visa. In fact, most shocking...
Pre-watch. No one's accused me of pre-watching it, but I also think it's because I've established, I think, pretty confidently in the videos that I have done that, like, I am incredibly intelligent. I'm the smartest midwit you'll ever meet. Although technically I'm not a midwit because I'm in like the 133 IQ bracket, so I'm like right above a midwit. But I consider myself a midwit. Like I know a lot about everything, but like if you ask me specifics, I can't help you.
In all this, the guy had never stepped foot on United States territory before.
Yeah, he's a fucking
not
bum.
once in his life. And yet here he was, shamelessly quote tweeting things like multiculturalism will tear our country apart and saying, that's right, they need to get out of our country. Bro, what do you mean?
Bro, you need to get the fuck out of our
Or
fucking
how about
Twitter
I refuse
space.
to be governed by an Ugandan named Zohran Kwame Mamdani. Get out of my country. What do you mean your country? Excuse me. You see, the thing with Ian, if that's even his real name, is that
Probably
he was
not.
the perfect example of a grifter. Someone who pretends to believe in something while not giving a shit about it, all to benefit directly from it, whether financially or...
I like how its post has been deleted. This guy went back and deleted like all his shit, by the way. He is the ultimate grifter.
or by other means.
And
he
it
sure
worked.
as hell did. Not only does he have 1.2 million followers, he also lives in the United Arab Emirates, a country that's significantly more expensive than his home country of Malaysia. So why am I telling you all this? Well, it's simple. For as long as so many of us can remember, a grifter only took on a few different forms, whether it be a politician or someone extremely rich, people of power. It was a known fact that these people changed their politics based on the highest bidder that was filling their pockets.
True.
But today, we live in unprecedented times where just about anyone can become a grifter and benefit directly from it. It's not a...
I would argue, honestly, if you're not grifting, you're retarded. I mean, you might as well. Now, like, the definition of grifting is really... I mean, I guess technically if you're following his terms where it's like you say stuff you don't actually believe, and then, yeah, that's grifting. But at the same time, I don't really get mad at grifters. Like, I don't like Ian. But, like, at the same time, Ian also basically, like, spread my ideas that I do agree with into the ethos at, like, a greater rate than I could ever do. So, it's like this, I don't know. It's hard, man. I don't know. Like, honestly, it's like, now that it's over, like, I wish the guy would just fuck off and, like, and go away. But, I also think like the truth is important, so it's like I'm really torn with this. I think I brought it up in another video and I talked about this, but it's like it's hard, man, because it's like it's sitting with like fake Christians, man, online. It's like, yeah, don't really like them, don't appreciate them, but they do spread the word at a bigger rate than I can. And even though it's not really accurate and it's not really Christianity, at least it's being spread. So I'm half torn with it, man. It's really tough.
privilege reserved for the people in power anymore. This means anyone can be a grifter.
I turned 1 minute into 7 minutes.
Severely alcoholic mess of a VTuber.
Oh,
You
God.
see, from the first day that Elfin Psyop started streaming, she
Dude, why are the lolly VTubers like the most degenerate ones? There's like another one going around I saw on Twitter like the other day. She's like a blonde hair and like she's wearing like a church outfit. Like she's dressed up like a nun, but not really. It's like it's supposed to be like a nun outfit, but it's like you're not actually dressed up like a nun. You're like almost dressed up like a Disney princess with like nun aesthetics. And like she just says the most foul, degenerate shit I've ever heard in my life, and I'm just like, why do you do this? Like, I know this is not how you actually are. Like, you're faking it. Like, you're literally trying to attract a certain type of people to your channel. Like, why do you do this? But it's always like the lolly ones. I swear to God. Like they love to play. They also I feel like they're like the most degenerate, and they're like the most sexually like manipulative ones. Like it's almost like they're purposely trying to draw pedos in. And this doesn't have anything against lolly. I just, for some reason, it's like every time you have one of these like lolly type VTuber avatars and like there's a woman piloting it, like she's just like very degenerate. I don't know why. It's like, why?
targeted a very specific demographic. Male.
Actually, I mean, I know why. I mean, it's women. I mean, we've been over this 1,000 times, but like, I know why they're like this. This is pure no father behavior. This is what happens when you're raised with no father in the household, and you have no like male guidance whatsoever.
Who would typically share the same ideologies you'd find on 4chan, who love edgy humor, dislike minorities, and most importantly, never receive female attention. All she
Okay, I mean, kind of based. Oh God, right off the rip. Edgy cool people say what I don't even care about the edginess shit. Like I'll drop the N-word. I'll call people faggots. Like it
had to
doesn't
do
really
was post
I don't
slurs
care.
and insults directed towards minorities every day, all while acting as edgy as possible. And through this, she was able to attain over 100,000 followers in less than 2 years. But that's not all. She was also able to make close to 6 figures in those 2 years by building very unhealthy relationships with those viewers who get no female attention. Like, for example, calling those viewers on Discord and starting to touch herself without them knowing as they were talking. And that.
Why? Why are they always like this? Why? This isn't even like a one-off case, man. I feel like this is like majority of the VTuber space, bro. That's why I'm like super hesitant to even like get too involved with any of these people. I like Alana. I like Leaflet. Like, I like their content. We have similar values. Like, I like putting them on when I'm at work to like listen to get like some news or to get like some opinions, because I like to hear what women have to say sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I like to get like an idea of what they're thinking about cultural issues, right? Or like where the culture is shifting, because women are very much the indicator of like political and cultural shifts in the world. Like once women start saying it, that's when it becomes normalized. Women are the ones who kind of normalize culture in a lot of ways. So I like this. I like to listen to what they're saying. But like, I also don't want to be horribly disappointed because like I do have some predisposed notions of who I think they are as people. I just don't want to be disappointed to find out they're fucking absolute degenerates behind the scenes, engaging, which they are. I mean, most of them probably are. Find me a VTuber and I'll find you their male manager who's probably their boyfriend.
That's not even the worst thing she's done. I mean, she was literally posting audios of her gooning to her general chat in her Discord server, accessible by anyone.
Why?
Okay? But this, of course, had its massive benefits. Elfin was so successful in doing this.
You're gonna attract like the most like degenerate fucking weirdos on the planet that like are desperate for like any kind of love of affection in their lives. Like, yeah, but like you're gonna regret that, bro. Like, this shit's gonna backfire so hard. I can already tell.
So unstoppable too, invincible to all sorts of criticisms, that you even had bigger and more viral VTubers try to emulate her, try to copy her. That's how dangerous her influence had become. But that would all be until December 2025, when demons from her past would catch up to her and expose to us all that she's actually one of those minorities that she insulted daily. It would turn out that she is Pakistani. This is where her entire life falls apart, as her Sims try to grapple with the fact that she is a minority. But of course, it doesn't end here.
Yeah, but like, who cares? I don't even think her Sims are gonna care, to be honest. Like they probably actually find it like more attractive that like a minority is hating on their own race. Like, if you're like targeting that demographic of like degenerate like weirdos, then I feel like they would like that shit. To be honest, like,
here, because she might have committed a pretty serious crime that made her eventually want to delete all her socials to scrub the proof. And yes, it involved a minor. This is one of the more uniquely disturbing videos I've ever made. And word of warning, throughout all of it, you'll lose hope in humanity multiple times. So before we get started, I thought I'd get the good news out of the way first. I was able to...
Oh, let's correct this. You'll lose hope in women. Thank you.
Achieve a very cool goal of mine. Hiring my artist Weowang full time. Yes, the same artist who makes illustrations.
Bro, who needs artists when you have Grok? Am I right, boys? Am I right? Nah, I'm just kidding, dude. Like, as much as like I shit on artists, the thing is I shit on generic artists. I think AI and Grok are great. I think they're super good tools. And as somebody who has always struggled with actually being able to produce the art and the creativity that's in my mind, because I am a very creative person and I come up with a lot of ideas and a lot of things I always have. It's just like I never had the ability to really put pen on paper. I think like not having that being gatekept by like fucking genetics anymore is great. But ultimately is the AI is only as good as the art that gets fed into it. So if good artists don't exist and they don't make good art, then the Grok and all the AI don't make good art either, right? However, I have no sympathy for all the generic, like mid-tier, low-tier artists that call themselves artists who are not really artists and have no artistic talent or creativity and are basically just tracers. And yeah, so I don't really feel bad for them. And that's really what AI is going to wipe out. But ultimately, AI is going to make artists that are actually artists and actually good at what they do with who have creativity and actual talent. It's going to actually put them on a pedestal, right? Because they're going to be rare now. So the more rare something is, the more wanted it is, the more sought after it is, and the more valuable it is. So you're actually going to get art slowly become more valuable than it's ever been before as a commodity because of AI. So
of me all the time and who also made my VTuber model. This was all thanks to
Oh,
your
this guy's a
guys'
fucking
support
VTuber too?
and,
Jesus
of course,
Christ, man.
Stacked. It's a creator platform that aims to rival other sites like Patreon. But instead of forcing you to sign up to paid memberships in order to take a more attractive percentage, they just take a flat 10%, nothing more, nothing less. And on the day of this video uploading,
Yeah, but like, are they gonna ban me if I say the N-word? Are they gonna ban me if I call somebody a faggot? If I watch anime on your site, which I would love to do, by the way, and like react to anime and shit. If I do that, are you gonna remove my videos? Like that's all I care about. I don't care about the monetization or anything like that.
I'm launching my page.
I care about if are you a free speech platform or not?
With them. There are multiple tiers on my page, all made to give you the most value out of your money, and they include 4 high-quality illustrations from Wayo every month, as well as 2 exclusive rambling videos from me where I just yap. So if you have insomnia, I think this is perfect for you. I'll be very active there, so if you're interested, the link's going to be in the description and the pinned comment. And now that the good news is finally out of the way, let's get to the bad news. The entire story of Elfin Psyop. Let's do this. Alright, so first off, what is a girl failure? This is something that Elfin Psyop would identify.
Like 99% of VTubers. Female VTubers, 99% of them, complete degenerate girl failures, yes. That I think that accurately describes like my general opinion on VTubers.
As for the entirety of her career. It's also one of the main reasons she was able to gain so much influence in such a short time. Well, if you Google this term, you'll get a definition saying a fictional girl or woman who is endearingly pathetic or inept.
Does it have to be fictional? I mean, I'm pretty sure you can call a real life girl a girl failure too. Like I would consider like my last like 3 exes girl failures because they were like basically like fucking. They were like more degenerate than me in terms of like their lifestyle, not like in terms of like sexuality stuff, but like just fucking playing video games all day and watching anime, like even worse than me, to be honest.
And while yes, this is true to some degree, it barely touches on the whole story. In fact, if I had to explain what a girl failure meant, then I would say it's nothing more than a modern and extremely bastardized version of a damsel in distress. Yes, the idea of a woman that finds herself in...
So a pick-me. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I mean, if you're kind of like always promoting the fact that like, oh, I'm just a degenerate, weak, dumb girl. I just want to play video games and goon and just fucking live a debauchery lifestyle. I wouldn't say it's the damsel in distress trope. I just like, it's not necessarily the same thing, but like, it's a pick-me. It's like the ultimate form of pick-me.
Such a desperate and helpless situation.
And it's the ultimate form of pick-me that specifically targets a certain demographic of men.
And can only ever hope to get out of it thanks to the help of a man, preferably a white knight in shining armor. He would extend his hand to her, he would save her, and they would live their life happily ever after, with the man taking full credit for the woman's happiness. At its essence, this is exactly what the term girl failure means. A woman who is such a loser, someone who can't take care of themselves, that's just waiting on a man that can fix her. But when it came to Elfin, she wasn't just a girl failure, she also happened to be someone who was very mentally ill and severely alcoholic. But don't take my word for it. This
Dude, like, my God, like, how much of that is true? Like, people love the fake, like they drink all the time. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't even know why people like advocate for drinking and like act like it's fucking great in the first place. And I think a lot of these people like they make shit up.
This is how she would introduce herself to people who would find her account on Twitter. Hello, new people. I'm Elfin. I'm a loser. In parentheses, girl failure. Whatever. Stinky elf federal agent. I love bugs and I've got bruises. I'm a very messy person, tired, and a massive alcoholic. My interests are conspiracy theories, astronomy, military history, and coding.
Same, okay.
I'm also extremely edgy.
Listen, it's not even that bad so far. I'm extremely edgy. You might see me post, I'm assuming this is retarded rants while drunk. Listen, I have retarded rants all the time.
So you might see me post retarded rants while drunk. Wow, what a flattering introduction.
I think it is. So far, I'm like, okay, this is fine.
I can totally see how she needs a white knight to save her from her predicament. But other than her making alcohol her entire personality and being a very clear example of what a pick-me girl is, you'd probably never guess that this person started streaming in February of 2024 and by mid-2025 had over 100,000 followers. So how the hell did she manage to become so big?
I mean, well, judging by what you said earlier, she sold her fucking ass and titties to her fan base.
In such a short amount of time while having an extremely loyal community that would practically die for her? Well, it involved a multitude of different factors. One of the first factors is that she was edgy, like extremely edgy. It's as if she was competing for the edgy Olympics and wanted first place. Like this right here was a tweet of someone saying they went to the mental hospital and the nurse laughed at them for attempting to leave this planet, right? What does Elfin do? She would quote tweet this and say, "Can I just say you deserve it if you fail at it? Like it ain't fucking hard to kill yourself, I'm so."
No, actually, fun fact, it's the only reason why female suicidal rates are lower than men is because they suck at doing it. Like, because it actually is pretty hard to do it. Because most women like don't have guns, so like they try to do it with pills usually. That doesn't work. Sometimes they like it's hard for them to like be able to actually have the physical strength to like strangle themselves or like hoist themselves up to hang themselves. So if women actually succeeded in the amount of attempts they actually made, their suicide rates would actually be higher than men's.
sorry. How about this tweet? Some black people shouldn't have rights. Or this
True!
one, where she says, "So I became a..."
Listen, I don't even think that's a bad thing. I think that's true. I think most black people would agree with that.
Nazi, yeah, bitch.
You're not going to go to Minnesota right now and find a whole lot of like African or sub-Saharan, like just like black people who are black Americans, for lack of a better term. They're not going to sit there and be like, yeah, Somalians are deserve rights. Like, I'm pretty sure they would hate them too.
I'm the villain, showing a German pistol. She tried way too hard, and for the average person, this was extremely cringy. Like in this massive tweet with multiple paragraphs, she's
Yeah, this is definitely like 15-year-old humor. There's a difference between like dropping a slur when it like is relevant or in context, and then just saying shit that's just about, like just literally to be a shock jock.
basically saying, "Oh, you're saying the N-word hard R? You think it makes you based? Edgy cool? Say actual vile shit. I want more edginess." Like imagine lacking so much self-awareness that you think this is actually cool. This was as far back as November 2024, and look, it would have normally been ignored. She's not the first one to be this edgy on Twitter. Normally,
I've seen
someone
so
like
much
Elfin
worse.
would have never gained more than 10,000
Bro,
followers.
the VTubers that are like pretending like they're sucking dick like in their camera, like it has to stop. Like you guys have to stop doing this. Like men, we have to take back control of like women. Like they can't help themselves, dude. Like it's mind blowing to watch. I'm like every time I go on Twitter now, I have to I'm always like scared of even though I keep clicking like all I gotta do is click on like one like so I follow a couple of VTubers now, and I've started interacting more with some of them. But like every time it's like on YouTube, if I click like Uma Musume content, if I click like a single VTuber on fucking Twitter, suddenly my entire feed becomes like random videos of like desperate VTubers looking for attention, like pretending like they're sucking dick. Like what are we doing, dude?
I would have never had to make a video about her to begin with. So what was really one of the main factors that put her on the map? What changed everything for her and her entire career? Well, her belly. That's right. And I wish I was making this up. I'm talking about her belly, her stomach.
Guys, are we serious? Are we serious? Guys, are your standards as men that low? Are men that bad off? Like, guys, really? Are we serious?
Her abdomen. She would periodically post pictures of it on Twitter, and she would gain tens of thousands of likes. Like, for example, I remember this one because I saw it on my feed. It had the caption of "whatever, enjoy," and it was literally just her abdomen. Here's the high res. I mean, it's nothing special, right? So why did this post in particular gain 15,000 likes? Well, because
Oh no, guys. You remember when I said it's not just the women's fault? It's the men's fault too. Guys, what are we doing, man? I better not see any of you doing this shit. It's hard. Like I know it's hard, bro. Like I succumb to. Like, it's hard to fight off this kind of shit because it's literally everywhere. It's prevalent. It's seeping in your fucking brain.
She's a VTuber.
And then like sometimes it even causes FOMO. Sometimes like stop, please try your best and just stop doing this. Like we have to stop doing this.
I wish I was kidding. At this point, one could call this a kink, and the Twitter algorithm rewards it heavily. Like recently, I saw a picture of cleavage on my feed. It had over 20,000 likes. I was like, what makes this cleavage so fucking interesting? I went to that person's profile, and I saw they had 200 followers, but get this, they had a VTuber profile picture. That's right, the appeal that someone who is anonymous, that is too shy to show their face, is sharing skin. Elfin loved the attention this brought her. So as I said, she would post this periodically, and every time she would gain so much attention on her profile. It's insane. But it doesn't simply end here. After the
She looks like a child, by the way. That seems like a not fully formed female body, but yeah.
horny guys would follow her because she has a nice looking belly, they'd start seeing her.
I've never had a boyfriend. I'm a virgin. I doubt that. I have never kissed. Highly doubt that. Or fucked. Highly, highly doubt that. Or anything before. You can't spell, apparently. Holy fuck. I hate myself so much. This is such a terrible. Oh my god, dude. This is such bait. Holy fuck, dude.
Her other tweets, her girl failure tweets, where she would say things like, I'm 20. I've never had a boyfriend. I'm a virgin. I've never kissed, fucked, or anything before. I hate myself so much. This is such a
I'm gonna guess this is like a 17-year-old.
Terrible situation. Look at this post, for example.
Bro,
just
stop.
Zoomed, and it looked exactly like this.
Stop. What are we doing?
Imaginations run wild.
You don't have to show this shit in the video, bro. Like, I get it.
They think if it looks that good, then her face must look amazing too. The rest of her body as well. But the cherry on top is that
bro, you think that wasn't even an attractive like female form. Like, bro, how would you ever connect the dots there? I hate to break it to you, brother, but like she's probably not that attractive.
that even though she's all these things, she also happens to be a girl failure. She's someone who hates her life. She has no friends. She lives alone in the UK as a student. And
yeah, she screams, "Oh, I have low self-esteem," and desperate men and low status, low quality men, they love that shit. You have low self-esteem? You're in a bad place? Well, let me help you, queen, and then you're indentured to me.
cherry on
It's the same reason why you have to be careful when like as a female streamer when men give you a ton of money. If a man donates, like if you got some simp giving you 10 grand every stream, you should probably ban him. That's why I'm very careful with like how much I give. Like I try to give out and help people, right? But I also have to be careful, right? Like I'm not like at most maybe I'll give like $100, right? And then that'll be it. Like, okay, I'll see you in like a month, and maybe if you do something else cool that I like, I might give you like fucking another $100 or $50 or $10 here, because it's just like you're supposed to give the money to help them, and out of her like, hey, this was really cool, I appreciate this, here's money, good job. It's like you're not supposed to do it to like, hey, I'm giving you all of my life savings, now you're indentured to me. Like you're not buying a girlfriend or a slave. Like that's not what you're doing. Like, and some guys just don't get that.
top was that she was a virgin, guys. She was
no, she's not. No, she's not.
A witch could use her tears to make a
yeah. Virgins don't tweet pictures of themselves exposing themselves on Twitter, and they don't like goon inside of a Discord or talk about gooning or degenerate shit. Like virgins don't do this.
And she was just waiting for the right guy to fix her and wife her up. She understood this very well. But even though this was all a very elaborate plan to begin with, she still managed to take it to a very worrying next level. And that would be when you would take the next step to join her Discord. Her Discord is exactly what you would expect. Elfin would spend...
Yeah, you want to know whose Discord is also really fucked up, by the way? Nyara's. And I'm willing to bet a lot of these VTubers have a really fucked up Discord. Yeah. Outside of the ones that are actually properly managed. Because like I said, behind every successful female VTuber, she has a male manager who's also probably her boyfriend, secretly. Because none of them can ever admit that they have a significant other. It's like, that's actually impossible. Same thing with OnlyFans girls. You know who actually runs all of these OnlyFans girls' lives and they're like basically runs all of their accounts? their male manager who is probably actually their boyfriend. So
And
I know I'm breaking the wall for you, some of you, but like this is actually the reality is like almost 99% of like if it's like when you sit there and you see some of these girls like these VTuber women and you hear them and they're all flirty and stuff and you think to yourself like, man, how has she not found a boyfriend yet? It's because she has a boyfriend and she's just not telling you because that's how she makes money, by farming you to think you have a chance. That's what they do.
worrying amount of time on there, she was practically chronically online, and anyone could pretty much talk to her. Most conversations revolved around two things. The first one being about racism, and the second one being about her being a massive gooner. Here you can see someone saying, Elfin's been mostly quiet on the server today because she's embarrassed about how hard she was horny posting while drunk last night, to which Elfin replies, we're not talking about that. A viewer would say, you gonna call her a good girl, or is that just for you? Elfin would say, me. And an amazing example right here, someone saying, Elfin, do you choke yourself? And Elfin replying with, yeah. It was pretty much a server just to worship her and hope that she'll give you attention. Additionally, you'd see her say obscene things that she couldn't even post on Twitter. Like, for example, if I had to f a dog, it'd be a husky. I genuinely don't know what, like...
I mean, you act like this is abnormal, but if you go on Amazon and you search female books, like top sellers, and you search from top to bottom, there's going to be a lot of animal fucking in those books. So this is not abnormal for them. I'm just saying.
What to say about that, dude? Like, I genuinely, I mean, I'm speechless, but I wish things ended here.
Why do you think they picked the bear, guys?
Elfin would take this parasocialism that she had built in her Discord server to a level that no other VTuber had ever taken it to, especially if they were the same size and influence. During her career, she would post over 11 different audios of her literally gooning with a vibrator. And get this, she wouldn't like post them in a private channel with her top donators.
Yeah, super virgin behavior, guys.
Or whatever. No. She would post it in general, in the channel that anyone who joins the server has access to. Now look, I'd love for you to listen to this clip in particular because it is so ridiculous, but you can literally hear a vibrator in the background, okay? So instead, I'll reenact the first 10 seconds for you because it is one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard in my entire life, and I mean that. She goes, in the most like lolly voice possible. Then she says, if there's any Slavic guy out there that wants to marry me and kill N-words hard R, I want to murder all N-words hard R. And I'm telling you, during the whole thing, you can hear a vibrator going bzzz in the background.
I mean, like, it's pretty fucking, that's fucking so unhinged. It like makes me laugh, dude. I don't even know what the fuck is going on, man. What's wrong with this person? Fuck. Why is it gonna be a Slav guy? What the fuck? Like,
like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, what is my life? What the fuck is this?
Well, I guess if she's Pakistani, it makes sense.
It already tells you a lot about who this person is, right? And of course, if you were to confront her about this, she'd say, oh, I don't remember. I was drunk. I'm an alcoholic. It's my entire personality.
Nobody who actually drinks says that, by the way. Like, the entire alcoholism thing is completely bullshit. I guarantee you it's all bullshit. Like, I know people who do this. They pretend like I'm drunk. Huh? That's why I texted this stupid shit. Like, no, bro. Like, that's still not an excuse anyway. Like, the fuck?
And now you might be making the mistake of thinking, Mugen, all right, I get it. I get why she had so many followers and I get why she made so much money. And I mean, buddy, do you really think I was going to let you go that easily? No, because now the fun begins. What do you do when you have an army of 100,000 military-aged men who willingly castrated their balls to worship you? Well, you start reaching deep into their pockets by suicide baiting. Tweets like this wouldn't be an uncommon find with Elfin, saying things like, genuinely want to kill myself, man.
Bro, this is such 2012 e-girl behavior. This is like 2012 goth, like emo scene girl behavior. What are we doing? How did you guys fall? You know what? It actually makes sense though. Listen, hear me out, right? So like some of us, we lived through this. We knew like this would never catch me. Like, I would never get caught by this. Like, you would never catch me slacking on any of this behavior. Because, like, I know what it is. Because, like, I lived through it. Like, this was my middle school, high school, like, experience with women. during like the whole emo goth and like and like fucking phase of like culture, right? But like this shit, bro, like if women actually like did like the whole e-girl, like goth girl, like scene girl shit again, you would probably farm a whole new generation of men so fucking hard. Like harder than it ever was before. Because they don't know. So they're not prepared. They didn't live through it. So they don't know what's going on. They think you're serious, they think this is real. But it's like, no, this is a cry for attention. This is like they're baiting you for money. This is like completely 2010, like 2008 2009 like esque like scene girl behavior.
Or how about this post on her Discord saying, I just got charged like $1,800 about as tax. I'm literally exempt from paying that. Since she's a student in the UK, they just plainly took my money for my tuition and I have to pay rent soon, like a year's worth. I'm gonna actually fucking kill myself. She would then talk about how depressed she is and unmotivated and oh my god, I need to earn rent. Even though, as you might guess, none of this was actually true. She'd keep this lie going on other platforms too, saying, I'm getting kicked out my apartment soon if I don't pay for a whole year up front. Time to find a new house or go homeless, I guess. Streaming from under a bridge. Fuck. She'd have 101 replies, all begging to help and wishing her the best and being worried about her. Poor Elfin. Now get this, she'd say, does anyone want to buy my blanket I used to hump every day for money? I need money for rent, thanks. Now look, most people, if they tweet something like this, they'd be laughed at. Maybe people will think, oh, they're just joking. As I had mentioned already, Elfin had an army of 100,000 men who castrated themselves just to worship her. So what do you think actually happened? She got offers. Someone would say, actual? Question mark? Offer? Question mark? Elfin would reply with, $1,000 runes, to which someone would say, PayPal or Venmo. She had these guys wrapped around her finger, and she knew that. She'd somehow always end up being short on money no matter how much people donated, and at some point would even open commissions. Yeah, well, it turned out that her commissions were her just finding a Japanese artist, stealing their art, and then adding small modifications and making it her own. But her fans didn't care. Listen, she was a girl failure, she wasn't perfect, yes, she did some weird things, but don't worry, they'll be the one to fix her. So chill. Elfin had essentially done what no other edgy VTuber could have ever hoped to achieve. She said some of the most vile, racist shit known to mankind, all while having a massive army of simps supporting her. God, I mean, she must have felt invincible.
I really don't care about what she says. I just care about what she does. And honestly, like the people who fall for this shit kind of deserve it. So I mean, I'd like, I don't know, man. I used to always be like, I used to always side with like the men here and be like, yeah, women, like this chick is fucking like needs to be like put away. But like, dude, if you fall for this shit, like you're fucking retarded. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. If it smells like a whore, looks like a whore, fucks like a whore, shows her titties like a whore, it's a whore. Okay, like I don't know what to say. You fall for this shit, you're dumb. You should never ever trust women online. You shouldn't even trust men online, like without like many years of like vetting them out. Like I just like would just don't give people online money unless it's like an actual legit donation link. Like it's like yeah, just don't do this. If you fall for this, you're stupid. Like this is like the hardest bait I've ever seen in my life.
Like she could do anything, like she was untouchable, and to be honest, she was. But that was, of course, until her entire world.
Well, yeah, actually, you're untouchable if you just don't care. The people who get canceled or the people who get dragged down into the mud on Twitter are because you actually respond to these people. The people who try to like stand on a pedestal and like critique you or anything. Like, if you just ignore most problems, they go away in like 2 days. Like any major fucking like I could drop like the hard R like a few times in a video, that shit'll go away in like 3 days. And if I just ignore it, if I just ignore it and don't even say anything, there'll be people who are like fuming for like a week on Twitter, retweeting me, boosting my viewership, giving me a bunch of subs, or giving me a bunch of like dislikes, which still boosts me in the algorithm. And then if I just ignore them for like 3 days, it'll go away.
Crumbled right before her very eyes, all due to someone she thought she could trust. On December 4th, 2024, I'd release a video titled How This Entitled VTuber Lost Her Career Overnight. It would talk about
This is what I mean. Like, this is a whole nother one. Gunpie? Who the fuck is this? There's a whole nother one. This is what I'm saying. They're all like this. It's crazy, man. This is why I mean, this is why I don't get involved with VTubers, bro. Because like even like the good ones, like the ones that are like Hololive ones and all these guys and shit, the ones that are actually like part of companies, like I'm sure in the background they're just as bad as this. They're better managed by men. Let's just put it that way. They have better not boyfriend managers who make sure they don't go down this rabbit hole on stream. But they probably do it off stream.
Gunpie, an extremely edgy VTuber that had 1/10 of the audience Elf and Psyop has. You see, someone made a fan-made plushie of her and wanted to sell it. She had a complete crash out and started being racist towards them. The entire VTuber community rallied against her, and instead of apologizing, she doubled, tripled, then quadrupled down. It was very embarrassing and humiliating just for about anyone who had self-awareness. Now, after my video would come out, some people would take it upon themselves to investigate her further. What they'd end up finding is a very, and I mean very, parasocial community. You couldn't even join her Discord server if there was any doubt that you were a woman. Gunpie would immediately ban you and say that she doesn't want any other man in her server to give attention to any other woman but herself. She essentially acted as everyone's girlfriend, but it went way beyond that. If you sent her a picture of your sausage, yes, your straight up genitalia in DMs, instead of blocking you like 99.99% of women, she would instead give it a rating. She'd compliment it.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally standard OnlyFans fansly behavior. I don't. Okay. So, I mean, she's a whore. Like she's a whore. Okay. Moving on.
She'd write a paragraph about it. Yeah, trust me, I was shocked too. Anyone could.
This is literally the culture that you guys created. I don't know what to say. Like,
essentially DM her anything, and she was chronically online in her Discord. This is how she was able to get so many different gifts and so much money from her community. I know this already sounded familiar to you when it came to Elfin, but it went deeper than that. Gunpie had another account by the name of Zuba. She used to post normal things on there, but then one day posted an image of her in a bikini, specifically showcasing, yeah, you guessed it, her belly. That tweet would get over 25,000 likes.
Guys, what are we doing? Are you guys really that down bad? You can get this shit for free. Like, you can watch hentai for free. That's better than this. What are we doing?
And that's when she would decide to make a VTuber, knowing she can take full advantage of that. And she did. She was practically invincible. That whole backlash about her being racist, my video coming out, nothing affected her at all. But her career still somehow ended. You know why? Well, it turned out she had a boyfriend. When you tell your community that
they all have boyfriends, okay? I'm gonna break the wall again for you if you don't understand this. If you see a female on the internet who is like at least like 25 plus, they 100% have a boyfriend. If they are remotely successful as a VTuber, they have a manager who is also probably their boyfriend. Every OnlyFans girl is managed by their boyfriends. Every Fansly girl is managed by their boyfriends or their husbands. Okay? There is a man running 99% of all of these accounts and all of these companies that literally like prop up all of these VTubers, especially the women. There's always going to be a man behind the scenes pulling the strings, and they're probably dating. Like, do you guys, I mean, guys, do you watch Oshinoko? Like, do you watch any show with like similar like things going on? Like, these guys are technically they're famous people, right? Like, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think they're all not like? It's like you think about like the LA streamer base or like the Austin streamer base. You guys don't think they're all fucking in the background? You guys all don't think they're all secretly dating each other and all kinds of other weird shit in the background? Like, are you delusional? Like, it's 2026. Do we not understand this still?
They're a collective girlfriend, and that turns out you had a boyfriend behind the scenes, you lose all your fans. It's just that simple. When this was revealed, she would scrub her YouTube channel, delete her Discord server, and deactivate her Twitter account. She would briefly reactivate it later and sell her entire model and assets for around $2,200. It would somehow get bought by a viewer of mine. I hope he's enjoying the model. And that was that. It wasn't her racism. It wasn't her weird attitude. It wasn't her being an unlikable person that canceled her. It was simply her having a boyfriend. When you're parasocial, you're invincible unless you're lying to your community. That's the one taboo you can't break. What's really funny is that she would go as far as trying to reinvent herself, creating a new VTuber identity in May of 2025. And in just the span of like a couple of months, people would discover that there was a lot of similarities between Gunpei and this new Mirio Maki. On July 8th, she would post an explanation apologizing for her past behavior, and she hasn't posted or streamed since then. Now you would...
Why? Like, honestly, though, like, it's like, I'm perfectly fine with repentance and forgiveness. I mean, if she's actually genuinely sorry and she's going to change how she's behaved, and start fresh, like, I think people should embrace that. Like, everybody should be given second chances. So like, wow, if you like it, that, I mean, that looked pretty genuine. Like, oh, hey, sorry guys. Like, is there any controversies with her new thing? Like, if not, then like, I mean, girl, just go fucking stream, man. Like, people forget about this shit in a week if you just fucking don't address it every 5 seconds.
And defended her. I mean, Gunpei wasn't even saying half the edgy shit that Elfin said on her feed, right? So come on. Surprisingly though, okay, it's not really a surprise. Elfin would join the dogpiling, saying, "Oh my god, my based racist Chuba, ooh, it's only funny when they say shit unintentionally and not in an active effort to harm/insult someone. When did we lose sight of what's actually funny?" So look, this tweet makes absolutely zero fucking sense, okay? This is just Elfin being the typical pick-me,
I don't know what the fuck
seeing that someone's being hated and trying to profit off of it. How?
Yeah,
well,
this is pick-me behavior.
Gunpei had a lot of parasocial fans, so...
This is inserting yourself into everything type of behavior.
And clearly wanted some to come to her community instead. But above all, she wanted you to know that she wasn't a grifter, okay? She was a real girl failure. She was somehow taking the moral high ground. I'm not fake like you, okay? I'm authentic. I'm as real as it gets, and I know what I'm doing. And that's the attitude she always took when she saw someone doing something similar to her and getting canceled or getting into trouble. What's deeply ironic here, though, okay, is that barely a few months after she was taking this moral high ground on Gunpei, someone would come out with a 51-page Google Doc about her on April 18th.
Bro, what is with you? What is with you guys in these fucking Google Docs, man? Just make a video. What fuck? What is this Google Doc nonsense?
2025. His name was Average Bird Enjoyer. And this was significant because he was watching her from the beginning back in 2024, and he was one of her...
Oh, it's a scorned simp. Oh, no. Oh, God. I wonder if this has got to be a moderator, too. Oh, no. This is like... Oof. Dude, the moderators have it so bad because, like, they think they're so close because they're mods, and they have, like, direct access to, like the VTuber, the girl. But the problem is like, they're not the manager. They're not the one that controls the money.
Lead mods. He was always there.
He is, okay.
For her, as well as always in her chat. I mean,
oh,
no. On a scheduled stream on YouTube, there was
a
pinned message saying, "Elf is currently dead asleep. Potentially no stream today. We'll move to tomorrow if that's the case." The stream was still running as she was doing some sort of a donathon. It's kind of like a subathon, but it involves direct money. You'd hear some sort of a Discord ring on the stream, and Average Bird Enjoyer would come in and say, "That was me calling her to see if she'd wake up, lol."
Bro, he was so proud to fucking post that too, dude. he was smirking at it, bro. Please, man. This is such online behavior. What am I watching, man? Bro, my friend said this is his Oshi. Like, what does that even mean? What am I watching?
So this was someone who, as far as the community was concerned, was close to her. In fact, the guy wasn't just close, okay? He was borderline insane. At some point, Elfin would be streaming and she had a donation goal for PC funds set at $100. Average Bird Enjoyer would...
Motherfucker, you have 483 followers and somebody give you 10 grand? Bitch, I streamed with like 3K followers on Twitch for like fucking like 10 years every day. And like, I maybe got like $5 from my friends. Like, man, listen, women have it really hard in a lot of ways. Where they don't have it hard is when it comes to social media. It's literally tailor-made for them. Like like it's the worst thing. It brings out the worst in them, but it's literally tailor made for them. Um, Now, granted, I think women really do have a hard time like breaking the real big threshold of like true superstardom. Um, that's really hard for them. But like to get started, it's the easiest thing in the world if you're a woman.
Come in and donate in one payment $10,000. Probably and most likely because
I
he
would
thought
I would ban him immediately.
he could be the one to
Elephant, if I move to the UK tomorrow, how much do I have to do to convince you to have me as your caretaker? You can't. Why not? Why can't I? Because I don't want it. Okay, there you go, bro. You literally just got rejected. Move on.
fix her. But here's the deal. He wasn't the only one. The document that Average Bird Enjoyer wrote was 51 pages long, and it involved 6 people total, including himself. But are we actually going to bother diving deep into this mess? Hell no. Honestly, it's so pathetic, it's not even worth doing that. I'll just sum it up for you. In a nutshell, Average Bird Enjoyer had spent over...
If I see... I'm going to go through my subscriber list. If I see any of these motherfuckers in there, I'm banning you.
$50,000 on Elfin in the...
What is wrong with you, brother?
Span of like less than a year. Listen, I have to specify this. He found her when she had less than 500 followers, probably 50 viewers.
He thought he could own her.
She was not a big streamer by any means. But Average Bird Enjoyer went all out thinking that he'll genuinely be able to like be Elfin's partner, that they're gonna date. He thought they were exclusive to begin with. He sent her $10,000 on that stream. He hired her an editor. He got her a manager. He was willing to pay for her new VTuber model.
See, that's where you fucked up, bro. Is you got the manager that she's going to end up fucking at the end and being with at the end. You should have been the manager, because then you would have actually been able to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have been the boyfriend. But instead, you went out of your way and put yourself into a cuck chair by hiring a manager. Like, you should have been the manager, bro.
They met up IRL, and he took her to multiple Michelin star restaurants.
Oh, okay. So, like, I mean, he did get some. I mean, yeah. I mean, just degenerates being degenerate, man. That's why you just don't do this shit. It never ends bad. It never ends well for anybody. You guys have like a temporary, momentary, like 10-minute fucking fuck session of mediocrity because like you probably both don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you don't actually like each other that much, and so it's a little awkward and weird. So you actually can't even really get into it as much as you would like to, and then you have like your 10 minutes of fucking build up into like your 1 minute of orgasm that leads you to like a little bit of a dopamine hit. And then it's just like back to like, oh God, this is gross. I don't like being here. Like it's so pointless. Like stop doing this stuff. Stop engaging in this behavior. Stop engaging in casual sex. Stop doing all this stuff. It's fucking degeneracy. How many stories do you guys have to watch like this? How many people do you need to see get exposed? Lakari just got exposed fucking today. And like, I love Lakari, but like his life's over. He's probably going to get investigated because some of the shit that he leaked was diabolical. And you know what it is? Is because this guy has literally surrounded himself with other degenerates his entire fucking streaming career. None of them ever try to be a voice of reason to say, hey man, maybe you shouldn't do some of this stuff. Hey man, maybe you should stop playing gacha games. Hey man, maybe you should stop spending thousands of dollars on these gacha games. Maybe you should stop like talking about gooning to like lolly porn and stuff. Maybe you should stop doing this stuff. Nobody ever says this to him. They encourage his behavior. They normalize it. He just keeps going deeper. Like, guys, if you've ever been addicted to porn at all, like I have, I know what it's like. It's never enough. You have to keep going further and further. Eventually, like that vanilla shit that like hit really hard when you first watched it doesn't hit the same. You don't get the same high. Then it's like it's harder and harder. Now you got to go find like more and more like schmuck content that to get to even like more hardcore, more depraved. And that's the only thing that even will get you off at that point. Like it is a perpetual cycle of like that ends in the same place every single time. And that place is federal prison.
Dude blew a apartment's down payment on this girl failure. But he was the only guy who actually had to spend this much money. The other 5 guys spent almost nothing. And they got the same treatment that he got. What was that treatment, you might ask? Well, other than meeting up with her IRL and doing stuff, yeah, she's not a virgin. I mean, who could have ever guessed that? It all would start with them messaging her, being in her Discord, right? Messaging her, and her reciprocating. She would then get in calls with them. Okay. Listen. She would then get in calls with them. And as they were talking, right, they could be talking about their day, a game they're playing, whatever. She would start to flick her fucking bean, bro. She would start gooning right then and there to their voice. No warning, no nothing, dude. And then after she'd be done, she'd send them explicit pictures. These guys would, of course, be shocked. What the hell is happening, dude? And then the next day when they'd ask her about it, she'd say, oh, I don't remember anything. I was severely drunk. Please delete all my pictures. However, she'd keep doing it over and over and over. And each of these guys thought that she was being exclusive just with them when she was doing this with 6 people at the same thing. And as I said, she'd...
Yeah, guys, I want to be honest with you. The first question you should always ask when, like, you know, if this conversation ever does have, you're talking to a girl, maybe even this is like a wholesome relationship for the most part, like you are approaching this correctly, and you get to the part where like you bring these things up and she almost instantly can drop a like very like sexy esque picture to you in like Discord or in your text messages. If she can respond very quickly and provide you with that, and it doesn't look like she just took that just now, you have a whore. Other people have seen those. She's done this before. You're not the only one that's seen that picture. Lots of people have that picture. A lot of people probably have that picture. You're not the only one. I hate to break this to you. So yeah, just keep this in mind. First question you should always ask, well, did you just take that? No? Well, where did you get it?
Meet up with them, she'd do things with them, God knows what. But overall, she wasn't this pure virgin girl failure she was making herself out to be. That's pretty...
Bro, is she underage during all this? He said something like this turns into a legal thing in the beginning, right? Is like the big joke that like she's been sending like her nudes to people and she's like 17 the whole time? Is that literally where this is going? Like what are we doing, bro? What is this? Elfin telling me if I touched her she'd what? Birdie, I go but bro, this is disgusting. How is this even attractive?
much the 51 pages
This is like baby talk.
in a nutshell.
This is an hour and a half long, dude. We're not
also
even close.
Involved incredible DMs like this, with Elfin saying, Birdie to Birdie igu, if you just touch my noe, my puffy, it'll make me fub. Kun, teal it faster.
Stop. Samurai.
Average bird enjoyer would then say, translated, Elfin telling me if I touched her pussy, she'd come real fast. What am I doing with my life? Anyway, when this document came out, Elfin was furious. She was watching her entire world crumble around her. She saw what happened with Gunpei and did not want the same to happen to her. She had been parasocial her entire career. Her entire Discord was obsessed with her. She can't have this leak. And yet it did. So she would tweet this out almost immediately saying,
Wait,
like this
only Bird and another person doxed me were emotional homosexual. But by the way, guys, don't you love how women always whip out the homo card? You know, the pro LGBTQ fucking rainbow alphabet soup people, the most like inane leftist women on the planet, who are all pro degeneracy and pro like fucking sexual freedom. Don't you love how fast they call straight men homos as like a derogatory term? Almost immediately as soon as you like offend them in any way, shape, or form. Don't you love how they whip that out every time?
That these people barely do any research and just love saying shit. I had phone sex for a couple of days or weeks with some guys. Okay, wait, hold the phone.
That's normal.
Days
too, yeah.
or weeks? That's a huge range. Anyway, I told all of them day one I was not into dating, and they agreed with me. Most of them don't even care about the situation. They went out of their way to message me just to say how stupid this drama was. Only Bird and another person who repeatedly tried to threaten and dox me were emotional homosexuals. Bird not only went around trying to poison my community, he actively shared information about me to other server members in an attempt to make them join his side. He went to all my mods and all my close friends in the server.
Holy fuck, this is female gaslighting. Guys, are you guys gonna get mad if I like skip around? Like, I'm gonna be honest, this is such like inane. Like, why am I watching this? I'm gonna go yell at him. Like, why did you send me this, dude? This is your Oshi? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, I feel like I'm pretty sure he's trolling me at this point. Like, this is the most dumb, permanently online bullshit I've ever seen in my life, and I don't care. This is just female gaslighting. Like this is zero accountability female gaslighting where she lies and makes up shit that's not true or like twist the truth or twist the narrative to make herself a victim. Like it's
saying,
just,
oh my God,
like I did nothing wrong, guys. Like I'm the victim here. These people are just being unreasonable. Like
there's no evidence
here
of
we
Bird
go.
being a bad guy. First of all, 51-page expose about someone you apparently cared about as a friend, his words. If you really wanted to help me to stop my pattern of behavior, you could discuss it with me like everything else. Just to cut her off here, something else that was mentioned in those 51 pages was how when every single one of these guys found out what she was doing and confronted her, she would lash out. She'd get very angry and she wouldn't want to listen to a single thing they had to say, especially when they had something to say about alcohol, okay? Anyway, let's continue. But no, I only talked to Bird that way for a month. I crave validation from men. I admit I wanted compliments and I wanted attention, but he acted as if he was my dad. His friend would try to wingman and tell me I should meet Bird and just be with him. He could make my life so much better, and I straight up told him I wasn't into Bird. I have screenshots and evidence. Also, when I first started streaming and Bird...
Bro, imagine. Oh, man. Imagine being this guy. You spent $50,000 on this chick. She even let you put it in, and she still don't want your ass. Like, oh, brother. This is why you follow the 3-step program, okay? I will teach you the 3-step program, okay? And it'll save your life. So much headaches, bro. And it'll save your wallet, trust me. Fucking hell.
I was 19 at the time, extremely new to Vtubing.
Okay, she was definitely underage, bro. Like nobody says this. Like why do you have to specify your age at the end of this? Like that's super sus.
Much attention. He taught me everything about VTubing and keeping me in a bubble. She would then talk about the point of women not taking accountability, saying, motherfucker, all I've done is say I'm not a victim.
No, all you've done is say you're a victim.
Why are you just ignoring this? Oh my God, she cheated. On who? I was dating no one at the time. I never dated any of them. And I have screenshots of some of the guys saying they knew what it was. It was not dating. We had phones gooning on call. She would then make another tweet, quoting something that many people were saying, oh my God, these poor lonely men, while she replied, while they're 25 plus adults. If a 19-year-old has to be held accountable for whatever she's done, you can't possibly in good faith ignore the horrible shit these men do just cause lonely. I literally live alone and talk to a total of 0 people IRL. I'm fucking lonely. And look at this very sad image.
She just said she doesn't victimize herself. What are we doing here, dude? What is wrong? This is so nonsensical. Why am I watching this?
She posted, oh my God, it's her crying. But guys, don't worry. As she said in her own words, she is not acting like a victim. But look, to be completely impartial here, these guys were really weird, especially Average Bird.
Yeah, the dudes are a problem too, I know, but like she creates the space to invite them in, and ultimately women are the gatekeepers of sex and all of this like degeneracy. Like they wouldn't engage in this unless she gave the okay, right? Like, so it's like, you can blame them to some extent because they should know better. But at this, like, this shit is actually like, this is her. This is all her. She initiated. She allows it to happen. Women are the gatekeepers of all of this, and that's just the reality.
Enjoyer. Look, if you go and donate $10,000 in cash right now to a top streamer, they'll fucking block you because they know that you can't be donating this much money without ulterior motives. This document was made on purpose to destroy her career, isolate her, and further take
especially, man, if you're like a small streamer and somebody's like showering you with money, be very careful. I know, it's like, especially if you need the money, it's hard, man, but like, be very careful.
By manipulating her as she was all alone, okay? The document also revealed that she's always been known as being a certain person on 4chan, someone who has had a history of sending nudes and being explicit. They'd even go as far as saying that while she was talking to these 6 different guys, she had an IRL boyfriend. It was an attempt at totally annihilating her entire reputation.
Of course she does. They all do.
She refused to take any accountability. She'd say that she was groomed.
Bro, even Smugalana and Leaflet probably have partners, or at least somebody they're close to IRL. Maybe they're not actually like completely dating, but there's definitely going to be like a boy. There's definitely going to be a boy, right? There's going to be that special boy. It's always the case. It is the reality. All of them. It's just like, it's so unlikely that like what she's presenting is even remotely ever true. It's just not. That's reality. Some of you need to face that reality.
Brother, you were 19 and you had continued by that point posting gooning audios on your general chat in Discord. What do you think this is? The objective conclusion to this entire drama was that everyone in this sucked ass. But no, Elfin wanted to be seen as the victim. And even though normally she should have had her career destroyed by this point, she should have been completely abandoned by her community, the opposite ended up happening. She again had defied all odds, and let me show you exactly why. Rima Evenstar is a VTuber who makes some very detailed video essays about the VTuber community. A couple months after this document had dropped, she would release the video titled "She Played Her Fanbase Like a Dating Sim, The Elfin Psyop Situation," garnering over 100,000 views. In this video, she would constantly be referring to Elfin as a menhera, a term for a character who is emotionally unstable and in poor mental health. They are very emotionally fragile and experience extreme mental ups and downs and mood swings, which can make them a bit difficult to be around. They may have an unhealthy dependence on.
This is such female behavior, by the way, to just make up like words and labels that don't exist to explain pretty simple concepts. Okay, what she is she's a whore and she wants to manipulate men for money, right? And the easiest way to manipulate them is to like lower yourself to their level, right? So you're going to pull in the most degenerate, like low class men of society. You yourself have to steep to that level to keep them engaged and make it seem like you're one of them, right? And to keep gaslighting them, like you're the victim. These people are picking on you. You're just a lonely girl. You just like to goon and have a good time. You were just having e-sex with your fans. No big deal, guys. Like, what's the problem? They knew what it was too. Like, why are we acting like this? And it's like, okay, like we don't need this whole made up label for like what it is. Like, she's literally just an OnlyFans whore, but she doesn't want to go on OnlyFans.
On love or their partner, be a troublesome person who displays unexpected aggression and tries to dominate others, be easily hurt by the smallest of words, or have suicidal thoughts and think the world would be better off without them. And man, I don't know about you, but this perfectly describes Elfin Psyop so far, right? But Elfin was outraged. She despised that video and hated Rima to the point where she added her on Twitter and said, "Rima Evenstar, I don't know why you like to spread genuinely dog shit and simply false rhetoric so easily. Maybe it's because you're a drama VTuber by name, but it's just bullshit to spread false things without confirmation. Firstly, when you made the drama video on me, you got a lot of facts wrong and didn't contact me to confirm details either. Nice journalism. Now you're spreading shit about me suicide baiting? To you? I'm sorry, what? I think you making a drama video on me during a time I was constantly drunk and not in a stable mental state would obviously fuck me."
Dude, she doesn't even drink. She's Pakistani. She's Muslim, right? She doesn't drink. This is bullshit. She uses it as a coping mechanism and a deflection tool. What am I watching? And you know, like, dude, this is actually making me not want to do this VTuber thing. I'm actually like thinking about like stopping. Like, I have a lot of stuff being made and being worked on that like I'm working on and some people are helping me work on. I might cancel all of it, dude. Like, I don't want to get involved with this type of community, man. Like, this shit is so fucking like, this is like 16-year-old teenager 2009 scene girl behavior. I have no time for this. I don't know why I'm watching this. I'm gonna actually like, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. I have to finish this though.
Like you call me Menhera all the time and
we're an hour in. I'm not even halfway.
Expect me to somehow crash out? I was still relatively civil and only DM'd you about my issues with your video, hoping to at least get facts straight. Believing in random people messaging you rather than the person at the center of the situation is crazy. You do not hate journalists enough. In fact,
dude.
This got so bad that when Rima posted the tweet announcing the video, it would get totally brigaded by Elfin's community. 102 replies, and all of them filled with insults, slurs, and an attempt to straight up character assassinate Rima, saying, "Wow, I used to watch your content, but not anymore. Wow, you're a terrible journalist. Wow, you suck at what you do," etc., etc. That's simply because Elfin had replied to this post and ratioed Rima, doubling her likes, simply saying that she is.
To be honest, like, I still don't think this is a big deal. Like, who the fuck cares? They're all doing this. There's hundreds of VTubers, hundreds of women who do OnlyFans and Fansleys who are engaging in the same type of behavior. Her Sims seem happy, except for like the fucking one idiot that gave her tons of money, and then, you know, he's just upset because he didn't get what he paid for, which is on him. But ultimately, it does seem like, at least from what I saw in Discord messages, it seems like most of them were aware of like what was going on and what it was, and it's like, hey, if degenerates want to be degenerate together, let them be degenerate. Like, who cares? Like, this is all just like this actually is all like a nothing burger so far. Like, who the fuck cares, bro? Like, let this person exist in their own little fucking weirdo world. Some like, bro, like some of these people are way weirder than she is so far.
Is not a femcell, But this still doesn't explain how she was able to survive a Google Doc like this. This doesn't explain why she didn't end up like Gunpie. What happened exactly?
Because this is nothing. This is nonsense. This is literally like modern leftist culture. Like this is how they want society to work. It's just like free love, degeneracy. Like she's gooning with her fucking fans. Like who cares, bro? Like it's not like, what does it matter? She's not committing a crime unless she's underage. Now, if she's underage, this is a whole nother story. But otherwise, I just don't give a fuck, bro. Like it's just not even worth drama farming. There's so many more important things to focus on in like this like small niche community that's like engaging in degeneracy with each other and tearing each other apart internally because they all think they're her boyfriend and they're not.
Well, here's what her diehard fans had to say in response to her reply on Rima's post. And it perfectly encapsulates why she still had a very strong community that kept growing. Look at this idiot. Hey, I'd just like to say that I'm naive and emotionally vulnerable and would be easily groomed. DM me sometime. What about this dumbass? I'd be honored to be one of your toys. Crazy they're spinning it as a forced or bad thing.
Oh, this is what I'm saying. Like you're just wasting your time, man. Like let the degenerates be degenerate. I don't know. It's just like, why bother? Like this is like not even a big deal compared to what most people are engaging in behind the scenes, to be honest.
Lol. So these men were so irrevocably castrated.
None of these guys that she engaged with are underage, as far as I can tell. Like I haven't seen any evidence that says that. So obviously things will change if we find out like she was grooming. These are underage guys that she's grooming or whatever the fuck's going on. But it doesn't seem like that. It seems like it's just like she hits her fans up on Discord, sees if they're down. If they say they're down, they engage. I mean, you could just block her, bro. If she sent you a bunch of nudes, just fucking block her. It's not that difficult, guys. Like, but like if this is just mutually like if this is just adults mutually engaging in just like degeneracy and debauchery, like I don't care. I mean, this is the world in 2026, bro. But like I said, we'll keep watching because I have a feeling this is like there's some underage shit going on, and that's where the play is here.
Hey, I don't like this woman because she's a virgin.
So far, this is like a bunch of
She's
nothing.
a girl failure,
like, I just
and
don't
because
care.
she might give me a chance. If she did it with 6 different guys at the same time, what's stopping me from DMing her and finding her in a call gooning with me? If anything, Average Bird Enjoyer's Google document backfired tremendously. It made Elfin Psyop seem way more reachable to the average viewer than they thought. So their whole fantasy, or should I say delusion, of trying to fix her, wifing her up, impregnating her, and prolonging the white race wasn't so far off. By this point, Elfin kept gaining followers, kept getting viral tweets, her community kept growing, she was making more money, and her viewership was doing better than ever. She had reached over 100,000 followers, something very impressive, especially for a VTuber, and by this point we could easily say that she was becoming very dangerous, because in VTubing, there are so many desperate people trying to make a name for themselves that they'll see what works and try to copy.
True.
And since things were going so well with Elfin, since she was totally invincible to any criticism or controversy, someone would end up noticing how well she was doing and try to copy her, even though they had way more followers and way more influence.
If you can copy, listen, if you can copy it and you can do it better and way more successful, then good on you, bro. Go ahead. You all have permission to copy any of the... I'm leaning back, guys. I'm sorry. It's just like, this is such a long video of nothing. And I'm watching it out of respect and because I'm already committed and I do need to upload a video today, so... but this is just a bunch of fucking petty drama. I don't care about shit like this. But like honestly, if you can copy it and you can do it better, hell yeah, go for it, man. That's not on you. That's on them.
Elfin would end up becoming friends and then eventually enemies. Riri Gaki is a French rat VTuber who used to stream exclusively in French. Around 2024, she would start streaming more in English, and at some point, one clip from her stream would go mega viral. It went so viral that there's actually a good chance you saw this already. Watch.
Says their name. So it is broccoli with fucking dumb. Look. No brain cell. No brain.
Why are you talking like this? Stop doing this, please.
Nothing. After we have here Fruby, who is one of my cutest rats too. Look, she's a Rex girl. She got curly hair. She's really cute. It's Bean. Bean is my only boy, but he don't have a cocoon yet.
Alright, so you get the point. French girl talking about her rats, very cute, very adorable. Yeah, well, it would go mega viral. 384,000 likes on Instagram, and guys, when it came to Twitter, 12 1.7 million views, 134,000 likes. It was practically on everyone's feed, and everyone was talking about it. If you told someone, hey, did you see the French rat girl? They'd say, yes, I saw it on my feed. It went mega viral. I'm not understating this. She would then reply to this saying, hi, I'm Riri, a rat girl VTuber from France. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord if you want, link in bio, but be warned, I'm the most hated VTuber of all France. And guys, she was not kidding. When the French community saw her going viral, they were livid. They saw how viral she was going with the English-speaking community, and they did their
What does this say? She's a pedophile? What? I've never heard anybody actually accuse a woman of being a... It's another woman accusing a woman of being a pedophile. Or is this actually a man? Dude, I don't know anymore. This is such levels of like, this is the lowest form of humanity to me. I just like, you can't get any lower than this shit. I just like, I don't know. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
their best to show them who she truly was. This person, for example, would say, maybe because you're a lolicon and you think Hitler is cool and you're overly annoying, you force your voice to sound like a kid, your response to saying the N-word is I hate everyone equally, look at yourself stuttering in your own ass tweet. Okay, so
I mean, I don't have a problem with like most of that shit. Like, who cares? You're a lolicon, so is she calling her a pedophile because she likes, like, it's a woman though? Or is it actually a man, and that's the problem, is because it's like a tranny. And yeah, the voice thing's annoying. Who cares about the Hitler shit? I don't really give a fuck. You sound like a kid. You say the N-word. Like, yeah, I mean, I say the N-word. Like, who cares? Like, when it matters in context. If you're being one, I'll call you one. Look at yourself stuttering in your own fuck ass tweet. I mean, she's like trying to be cute, bro. Like, I don't know. This is weird. This is such petty
maybe
drama.
because you're a
Holy
lolicon
fuck.
and you think Hitler is cool and you're overly annoying, you force your voice to sound like a kid, your response to saying the N-word is I hate everyone equally, look at yourself stuttering in your own ass tweet. Okay, so very brief lore dump on this bitch because there's no information in English on her. She used to be known as Riri Meow, and her whole content revolved around porn. Still does, but it was worse then. She was retweeting lolly porn and had a Discord server with tons of minors, etc.,
okay.
etc. They'd also link some edgy tweets she made in the
Okay,
past.
like so the thing is like I don't inherently find issues with lolicon because it's like most people understand what it actually is. It's not actually like, most of the time they're not actually like underage girls. But like turning it into like porn, like, yeah, that's just weird. I mean, at the same time, like this is just degenerate women in 2026, bro. I like this is still nothing. This is still a nothing burger. Like, nobody's dead. Like, there's no like crime happening. Except, well, actually, I mean, could you be charged? Would the federal government charge you with pedophilia for doing lolly porn? Like, I don't even like cartoon like, I don't think that would even be like, I don't know. Like, if there is actually, dude, I don't, this is so fucking, my brain is melting, honestly, watching this shit. Like, I don't even know what to say. It's just so degenerate. I just don't even know what to fucking say, bro.
Like top 5 reasons
am I
racism
watching?
is bad, and then the next picture is thanks for watching, so implying that racism isn't bad. Here's the deal though. Riri's defense on Twitter would be, guys, French people doxed me. They sent police at my house. Yes, they swatted me, and they harassed me at IRL conventions.
Same.
All for this, for my edgy jokes, for being a lolly. All of a sudden, French people looked evil, and it doesn't take much to convince someone that French people are evil, okay? The French would argue, well,
Yeah, I mean, they did this shit to Chibi. Like, who cares about the lolly stuff? I mean, as long as you're like not actually like releasing pictures of like actual minor people and you're not engaging in sexual activity with actual minors, like, I don't care. Or at least if you're 17 and they're 16, like, I think that's fair. If you're 18 and they're 16, then it's like, obviously then you have a legal problem. But I don't even know, because like I don't engage in any of this shit. This shit is just so fucking weird to me. This is shit like just shit I thought like I don't even know what to say. Okay,
look,
we just
there's
keep
these
going.
videos on YouTube
We
that
keep going.
expose her.
I'm sorry.
Go watch
I'm
those
sorry.
things
I will stop
instead.
pausing.
Okay, cool. Here's a video titled "The Worst French Streamer," Ririgaki, with over 448,000 views. Oh hey,
Okay.
here's another one saying "The Worst French Streamer," Riri Meow, with over 245,000 views. I watched both of them. in full, in the native language of French. And I can tell you right now, this is what they said in a nutshell. Number 1, she's edgy and she made Nazi jokes, okay? And number 2, she's a lolly. In fact, most of these 2 videos were criticizing her for being a lolly, that she was playing this childlike character, how she was speaking with a childlike voice, and how she was overall just cringe. But here's the deal. For the English-speaking community, this only proved one thing. French people, when it came to VTubing, were completely and utterly out of their depth. VTubing originated from Japan, and this whole lolicon culture originated from there too. For people who actually watched VTubers, it was totally normal. It doesn't matter if you think lolicons are weird, right? I think it's a very reasonable take to think that. But when your thumbnail is Ririgaki with the word pedophile on top of it, you start losing a lot of people from your side.
This is the same shit you tried to do
French
to
people were seen as more and more unreasonable. This is not worth swatting over. This is not worth doxing over. You'd see pictures like this of a French person saying lolicon equals pedophile, with Ririgaki quote tweeting saying, "Don't cry, I'm just a drawing." The typical drama you'd find in English-speaking communities too, and typically VTuber watchers would always defend someone like Riri, so they were totally out of their depth here. They'd keep trying to prove that she was problematic, showing her using GIFs saying, "Settle down, N-word hard R," and also showcasing how she had a role on her Discord called Rotten Waffen, a play on words on the Waffen SS, otherwise known as the Waffen Schutzstaffel, a division in the German army during World War II. Their efforts, again, proved ineffective. Humor. And the final straw would be when they would show this image of Riri when she was streaming with Facecam, apparently doing the, German salute from World War II. Well, you even had Asmongold reacting to it. And he concluded, as well as others, that she was simply adjusting her webcam. Guys, you're trying way too hard to make her look bad. Come on. This was seen as so crazy in the English-speaking community that even Elfin went out of her way to defend her as she was being cancelled by French people. By this point, Ririgaki was followed directly by Asmongold on Twitter, and she had the entire English-speaking community backing her up.
You know
she
what?
was treated horribly.
You know what? She does look familiar. I think I remember this.
By the French community, but now she got given a second chance straight from the heavens. However, here's the problem. I don't know if it was the language barrier or just the fact that she's probably mentally ill, but Ririgaki completely misunderstood what this second chance meant. She thought that she now could finally get away with anything. She could say anything, do anything, and she'd have a community.
So she's a modern female in 2026 as soon as she gets a male validation. Gotcha. Let's keep going.
Community here to back her up always. When in reality, this wasn't the case at all. What actually happened was that she got a second chance, got a new community, and they were hoping that French people were exaggerating. They were hoping that she was going to genuinely redeem herself. And as you might have guessed, this could not have been further from the truth. Shortly after getting this incredible second chance, she would increase the racist and edgy rhetoric by 1000%, all while adding that to a cancerous cocktail of politics. Some guy would say, "French quote-unquote people, the fuck is wrong with your country, Jesus?" To which Ririgaki would say, "Immigrant and African."
She's not wrong. I mean, that is not incorrect, but yeah.
Here's another tweet with a lot of views and a lot of likes. "Saw a Jew for the first time in my life yesterday. I always thought they were all extinct."
Okay. All right, relax.
Here's her comparing Nazis to trans people. I mean, with the only difference being...
Yeah, I mean, not wrong. Like, the thing is, it's just edgy humor, bro. I don't have a problem with this. I just don't. Like, who cares?
The fact that one has impressive taste in clothing and the other one being promoted by the US government. She'd have a tweet saying, "Can I be called a white rat supremacist? I love white rat." And when Kanye West would say, "I'm a you know what," she would quote tweet this with an image of an anime girl raising her hand. So as I said,
once again, it's edgy humor. A lot of people do this. I do this too. It's not serious, brother. She's not going around in the streets gunning down Jews. She's not going out in the streets and sig heiling. Like, it's just like, it's not that serious. You guys are chasing ghosts from like 100 years ago because you're fucking delusional and you want to feel like you mean something and you're doing something in the world, but you're not. Like, it's just edgy humor, brother. Like, move the fuck on. It's just such petty drama. I don't care.
She completely misunderstood the very simple thing she had to do. Just keep talking about your rats, woman. Just keep being cute. But no, she had over 130,000 followers at this point, and she was taking a page right out of Elfin Psyop's playbook. Probably the worst thing you can do. But hey, it seemed like they were getting along very nicely. Ririgaki would say, "Can you teach me how to be cute, please?" And Elfin would reply with, But you're already so kawaii desu.
This is
It
gonna
seemed
end
like the
really
100,000
poorly, I can already
castrated men
tell.
who followed Elfin just had another girl failure join.
There can only be what I told you guys this before, but women naturally compete with each other. They don't even realize they're doing it. They're always doing it. You put them in the room together, they're competing. Internally, they're competing with each other. They don't even realize they're doing it. It's an automatic, like, genetic response. When you put two forces here that are both like catering to the same demographic, this is not going to end well. Like, it might start well, but the pleasantries are going to wear off really quickly.
And they were getting along. Not only did they increase their odds of maybe fixing another woman and marrying her too, but now maybe they could look forward to them collabing together, right? Oh my god, isn't that awesome? Well, I'm sure it would have been. But then some people decided to dig into Ririgaki's past when she used to be Riri Meow and produced adult content. Now look, let's get one thing straight. Riri never produced any explicit content. It was mostly centered around thighs and feet. And while yes, this was a...
Does anybody else find it ironic and like weird that we live in a feminist culture? Like it is. It's a feminist, like very feminine, women-centered culture that encourages people, women especially, to engage in like open sexuality and degeneracy and debauchery and to like sell their bodies on the internet to strangers for $5, and that's female empowerment. But like when the women who also encourages don't like you, if you're a girl that they don't like, you're now a whore and you're a slut and a skank and you get the red scarlet. Even when you're not even actually engaging in sexual degeneracy, you're just like showing feet pics or something, or thigh pics. Like you're just showing like softcore bait, right? Now suddenly you are the thing that they encourage other women to be and call it empowerment, but because they don't like you, now it's a bad thing. It's just like I said before, when women whip out calling men homosexuals when they are the most pro LGBT, like they vote like 90% LGBTQ, but until the man upsets them, and once a man upsets them, they call them a homosexual as a derogatory slang. It's just really ironic to me, honestly.
Enough for people to call her a whore and all sorts of things. This is simply who she used to be. And for the most part, I mean, people loved it. Oh my god, a girl failure and making stuff like this? It's like Elfin posting her tummy. What else do you want? But as these castrated guys were looking through her different images, they noticed something interesting, particularly in one image set of 3
She's got
images.
a boyfriend.
You see, she'd have a photo set where she wore non-matching thigh highs. Everything looked normal, right? On this picture, on the other picture, until you got to the third picture, in which we can very clearly see a black guy's hand grabbing her.
I mean, is he really like black? Doesn't even look that black. And also, she's French. There's lots of black people in France. I mean, they're literally invaded by nothing but Africans and Somalis and all these other like Arab nations are literally invading the entire country. It's a shithole. And there's a lot of black people in France in general. So, and like tan skinned people in France in general. Like, who cares?
Left thigh. Now look, normally this wouldn't be an issue. I would hope that it's never an issue. But saying that Ririgaki would tweet out every other day how France and Paris is getting ruined by immigrants, and more specifically Africans.
Okay, I mean, is her boyfriend an immigrant? So that's like one thing. If she's saying this shit, but she's getting run through by an immigrant, like an African immigrant, okay, like I understand your point, but like you're assuming that because he's black, he's immigrant. So who's actually more racist here? Because you're trying to paint her saying this, which is true, by the way, because it is being run over and turning into a cesspool by immigrants, especially African immigrants and Somali immigrants, who literally will accost you on the streets if you like go to France to visit monuments there, and they try to scam you on the streets all the time. I actually think it's more racist for you to assume because he's dark skinned, he's an immigrant and not just French or like some kind of French adjacent from. They own many island colonies that they import there, just like you have the Sikhs in fucking. What are they called? Sikhs? I forget what they're fucking called in like the UK. It's like, yeah, those people are fine. Nobody has a problem with them. We have a problem with the people who come there and they're scamming and they're causing violence and they don't belong there and they're illegal. If this is like an actual French citizen and it just happens that her boyfriend is dark skinned, then like I think you're actually the one who's racist here, buddy.
Her new, let's say, community wasn't too happy about this. In fact, they were furious. It seemed like no matter how much Ririgaki disliked African immigrants, she still couldn't resist the BBC. I mean, this is just so funny to me. It was treated like this leak, this thing that no one could have ever predicted, when in reality, on her own wiki page, you can see that in 2023, she made some guy called Euro, who happened to be a VTuber, her boyfriend. And when you checked out his model, his model was black. But no, it was a betrayal.
Bro, you're coming off as more racist than she is. Who cares? You get, bro. I almost like exclusively don't date white women. I can still like hate Somalians and hate all these like immigrants in America and want them deported. Like my ex-girlfriend who was black, like is not an illegal immigrant. Like what are we doing here? Like, are you okay, brother?
How dare she? And she suffered the wrath of her own community. She had pretty much stabbed herself with a knife she forged herself.
I feel like this is super exaggerated because like this guy is clearly like a fucking, he's a cringe leftoid himself. I can already tell just from like how the video is structured and some of the things he says. He's trying to paint this a certain way, and it's like, I think you're like blowing this up more than it actually is. Like, they all have boyfriends, and like there's a lot of black people in France. There's a lot of brown people in France, and you can also date brown people while also wanting to deport the other brown people who were there illegally. That's perfectly fine. That's like saying black people can't want to deport Somalians, right? And they're being race traitors, which is what like white liberals say to them, which is just absurd, by the way, because they're not the same race. They're not even remotely related. They just have this, like, you're actually more racist than they are by associating them together because of their skin color, you fucking clown.
It was official. She was a grifter. Someone who didn't believe in anything she was saying and was only doing it purely for her own benefit. Someone would say,
the people who were like saying shit like this were probably not even like her fan base. They're people like this guy who were just looking for anything they can to like clap back at like edgy people who say stuff like this. This happens all the time. Like anybody who tries to say anything about immigrations or immigrants or anything, they like anybody who actually just points out the actual problems and just calls it out. There's always idiots that like try to like look for anything they can to be like, well, you date black people. It's like, okay, yeah, well, the black people who are here illegally causing crime and scamming people are not the same person. It's not the same as the black guy that I'm dating. That's fucking not me, but like her. In her case, I'm inserting myself into her shoes, right? It's not the same as like, he's not even black, by the way. He looks like Moroccan or something. Like maybe it's not Moroccan. I'm trying to think of French colony islands. Yeah, like Morocco, right? Don't they own Morocco? I don't really fucking know. But he's like brown-ish. He's like not even like black. And it's like, yeah, there's like brown black people in France who have been there for like generations. Like what? Like why are we you're associating? Like what are we doing?
Can't see the grift.
I hate this video.
Tweeting racist shit, then race mixing, all while hating immigrants. Then I don't know what to tell you. To which she would say,
and like, dude, you're bringing up race mixing.
Bro thinks all French people are all white, like snow, lol, we have an island. Actually, the French have multiple islands, like Corsica, Guadeloupe, République, but this didn't matter at all in the grand scheme of things. As she was getting attacked pretty much daily at this point, with her own community turning against her, she would try to quell the flames by...
I mean, she's got like 1,000 likes on her stuff, and it's being bookmarked and retweeted, and there's barely any comments. I don't think she's being attacked, bro. I think you're just like, you're trying to like exaggerate something to like fit your narrative here. Like I really do, because like I'm pretty sure I've seen this girl like tweet before. She still exists and she still streams and she still does well. Like I think you're actually just gaslighting here at this point.
Becoming even more edgy somehow and saying, next cosplay I'm doing, Lolly Hitler.
I mean, it's you have Tanya the Evil, bro. That's Lolly Hitler. You could like this is not a big deal, dude.
This would prove to be nothing more than a pathetic attempt at recovering the community that was turning on her, because very shortly afterwards, she would get suspended from Twitter by mass reporters who just so happened to be people who were pissed that she was dating a black guy. And the cherry...
Yeah, and I guarantee you, those were not her actual fan base. It was people like you who just were finally excited to have some ammo to fucking attack her on.
On top would be her also getting suspended from Twitch. In her own Discord, she'd say, "Hi, I got banned from Twitter and Twitch again because of a big campaign
Yeah, people are mass reporting you. Yes, trust me. I've been banned like 18 times this way.
Campaign of harassment and cancel culture. I did a tweet on my alt account if you want to RT, I don't know what. I'm tired. I really hope to die. Here we go with the baiting again. I don't know. I don't want to let my haters win, but I'm really too tired. 4 years of all this is too much. You can follow my new account if you want, linking her Clips account and saying, I don't know if I'll be back one day. I'm really tired. She would then post a statement on that account saying, if you didn't see it, my main account was mass reported from Twitter haters because some of them believe that I'm a Nazi and the others are mad that I'm not racist. I love it. Seeing people this mad and obsessed by a little rat girl proves to me that I'm really the only person here. You are part of the problem if you think that everybody I don't like is Hitler, being racist is good, or VTuber shouldn't have a boyfriend. I'm going to take a little break from Twitter while waiting for my appeal to be accepted. Thank you all for the support. I love you a lot. I have an incredible community and lots of kind people who support me. I'm never going to kneel down in front of horrible humans, and I'm never going to let them cancel me. Cancel culture is dead and exists only for insecure people. I'm still going to stream on Twitch and YouTube and be active on Instagram and Discord. Your support means the world to me. Keep making extremist people pissed off and laugh at them. We are stronger than hate. And remember, vive la résistance. Rats live matter and are stronger than evil humans. Signed, Riri. So look, in the end, this was a desperate attempt at trying to recoup a community that hated her guts at this point. After getting that incredible second chance with a mega viral clip, she spent all that time nurturing a racist community. People who disliked immigrants and minorities. And
brother. You need to get off the Democrat plantation. You can call out immigration problems and minorities. You can do this and not be racist. Like, it's fine. And even if she was racist, who the fuck cares, man? Like, can we move on to like the other girl, by the way? Like, I'm already over this
battle.
Like, this is like the other girl. Sure, we can make comments about like, okay, this girl, she's just a fucking weirdo, and like, it's like, who cares? Like, I think like you're exaggerating this whole thing, to be honest with you.
So as I said before, Elfin was someone who had defended Riri initially when she was getting the backlash after going mega viral. They would have some positive interactions here and there, but shortly after Average Bird Enjoyer's document would drop on Elfin, Riri Gaki would say, "Is this Gunpei 2.0?" Someone would reply saying, "Please, rat girl, you're my last hope for a based petite girl failure indie VTuber. Don't e-date fans, unless it's me, LMAO."
Bro.
God, I can puke in my fucking mouth. To which she would say, "I'm not gonna e-date a fan, I have a boyfriend and I'm just a pet rat for you." So this...
Yeah, I mean, she's very open about having a boyfriend. I don't think she even like really hid it. Like, it's even like in her Wikipedia page thing since like 2022. I don't have any problem with this girl at all. Like, harping on this one girl is like a complete waste of time. We just wasted an hour basically like harping on this one girl and exaggerating things that are just like probably not even true over nothing. Now, the other girl, she's kind of a problem. So, like, let's get back on focus. Like, I get it. You're trying to virtue signal. You're such a nice guy. You're so wholesome, dude. I'm sure you're great, dude. I'm sure you don't have a bunch of, like, really sketchy DMs or, like, fucking, or anything with any other women or VTubers, bro. I'm sure you're a fucking saint, but let's just keep going.
Essentially Riri Gaki trying to capitalize on the fact that Elfin was potentially going to lose her career because of this document. She was taking the moral high ground, trying to steal any viewers she can from Elfin because she was trying to become her. This is when Elfin would start to subtweet her, not calling her directly just yet.
Yeah, or like the rat girl somewhat has standards and like has a boyfriend and thinks that like, you know, fucking around with all these dudes like this and gaslighting dudes and baiting them into like gooning with you and shit. Like, yeah. And then, okay, okay, now they're beefing. Here we go. Now they're beefing. You sell literal porn to yourself. She doesn't sell porn. She sells like fucking thigh pictures and feet pics. That's not porn. That's not even close to porn. Okay, let's keep going. You literally like post porn of yourself in your own Discord in the general section to like thousands of people. Like, you can't shame this other girl. Honestly, I'm taking the rat girl side here. I think I don't have any problem with the rat girl. I'm gonna be honest. Like, the rat girl hasn't done anything that's really like been like, oh, that's horrible. Like, yeah, she makes edgy jokes and makes edgy humor to piss off retards like this guy on Twitter. Like, yeah, like, let's move on.
The amount of e-holes rebranding to be girl failures, please, bro. You do porn. You sell literal porn of yourself. Just go be some slutty cat girl or something. This is, of course, referring to Riri Gaki, how in the past she had a fansly and how now she rebranded as being a girl failure. When it came to her parasocial Discord, though, she was way more straightforward. Someone would say, "Riri is nice, though," to which she would reply, I can't say this in good conscience when she blatantly called me Gunpie when my controversy happened. I can't forget that shit. Lol. How dare she call me Gunpie when I'm way worse than her? Like, how dare she when I'm literally worse than her in every way? The main confrontation between these two girl failures would occur when Elfin would post this tweet, with her character saying, "Hey guys," someone saying "femcell," to which her character would say, "Not what I'm called." Shortly afterwards, Ririgaki would also use that same exact meme format, saying, "Hey guys," with someone saying, "Not," to which Riri would...
Yeah, who cares? People steal memes all the time. I turn shit into memes and use other meme templates all the time. This is what people do. This is not abnormal, and they're two people, and at this point they're kind of beefing, so it would make sense that they're like targeting each other because this is what women do. This is women behavior. Yes, this is what they do.
say, "Not what I'm called." Elfin at this point would be furious. How dare she copy me? So she would quote tweet this and say, "You guys are all over her. How can she be a Nazi when she has a black boyfriend? Y'all need to do research."
I mean, kind of true, yeah.
This was Elfin declaring war. She saw that her community was turning on her because she had a black boyfriend, so she was also looking to capitalize. However, Elfin was about to fight a war on two fronts. She was going up against Ririgaki, while at the same time having a demon from her past catch up to her, 4chan. You see, she was an active 4chan user ever since she was a young kid. Yes, I know, what a terrible fate. And 4chan would catch on to her. They'd understand exactly who she used to be and would start revealing some details about her real identity. The fact that she...
I'm pretty sure I've been doxxed by 4chan so many times. Like, I'm pretty sure I've had 4chan people in my my streams before. Like, I had one guy. He was like he was a Russian guy, and like he was a little weird, but like he'd always be in my streams all the time, like a long time ago. And like he was pretty chill, but every once in a while he would creep me out because he would start linking me or like sharing screenshots of like forum posts I made like when I was like fucking 10 years old from some obscure websites like that I don't even remember, and I'm just like, brother, why are you looking this up? like he had to have been like a 4chan person, like because this is what they do. They dig the internet for shit like this, like hardcore.
Is a
They're very good at it though. Like they're very good at this shit. I'll give them credit.
Who's studying in the UK. Now look, this was a very big deal, okay? Elfin Psyop's entire personality was centered around appealing to the cringe white supremacist who never leaves his home.
Yeah, but like her being a Russia boo, if that's real, like it makes sense if she's Pakistani. Like,
it would also heavily imply, as you saw in her belly pics that she shared online, she seemed white, and that's exactly what she was selling to her audience, the fact that she's white and even Slavic. At some point she would say, "I say niet a lot," which means no, and people ask me if I'm Slavic on stream. I'm not, I'm just a huge Russia boo. So she posted pictures of her belly and she seemed white. She also was really into Russian culture, I guess, and Russian language. So people assumed she was maybe Eastern European. In fact, her accent sounded pretty American. Some people would think she's American and she would never really correct them. So seeing that she despised immigrants and any minorities for that matter, her being Pakistani would be a death sentence. But this rumor wasn't new. It was being shared on 4chan as early as mid-2024. It would start to really catch up to her and irritate her in 2025 though, specifically during the summer. This is when, for the first time, she would start being confronted live on stream by chatters who were asking her, "Are you really Pakistani?" And she would get very triggered at that. Watch.
Pretending to be white? I don't think I need to pretend. I think I am.
Here's another clip.
Pakis aren't white. You are so retarded, dude. That's actually insane. Do you realize how ethnicities work? Do you realize how ethnicities work? Or maybe you don't. Genuine question. Aren't you a Paki living in the UK? Who are you to complain? Did you get that from 4chan?
Yeah, like this is, bros. It's like we're okay. I'm not. This isn't like this isn't condoning anything she does or says. I'm just saying like she can be Pakistani, be legally in the UK studying, and still hate the other Pakistanis and the other Muslims that are there illegally destroying the country. You can do those things. Both things can exist. It's not hypocritical. One of you entered the country legally and is there legally not committing crime, And the other one is, unless she is committing crime, then that's a whole nother story. But like, it's not the same thing. Like this weird conflation is so fucking stupid and beyond the point.
So here we are. She was starting to realize where these people were getting their information from. Wait, did you get this from 4chan? The website that she kept flexing that she had used ever since she was 13? Interesting. By early 2025, many pictures of Elfin's face would somehow find themselves on the internet. So she tweeted out in May 2025, I've been face doxed and harassed so much now, so here, this is me. Yup, now what?
Dude, she's definitely underage. She barely looks like she's like 18 or 19 here. Actually, she looks like she's like 17 in this picture. This is definitely some underage shit going on.
It don't even matter, man, no more. Now, this image is actually very important. It would, of course, get deleted later. She would draw some clown makeup on her face in Microsoft Paint, right? I can tell you right now, this clown nose is doing a lot of heavy lifting because it would have very easily exposed her ethnicity. Additionally, it doesn't take a genius to understand that this image is blown the fuck out. Look at that hand. It is blinding. Almost as if she completely upped the levels in Photoshop in an effort to appear white. Something would really crack in Elfin starting summer 2025, okay? This is when she would up the edginess to yet a new level. And so whenever someone criticized her or called her a Pakistani or said that they had proof, she would just call them a Jew, and it would work because her community hated Jews. This would work almost every single time. They'd eat it up. They would love it, and she would get away with it. However, as her rivalry with Ririgaki would start really heating up, Ririgaki would say this: I love how she was trying to cancel me saying I was dating an immigrant, black/Indian/
Bro, this is such petty woman behavior. Holy shit.
Arabic boy, while pretending
I don't want to be here anymore. This is, dude, guys,
would say,
I think I'm sorry if this reaction is really bad for you guys, but like, what more do we need to say? Like holy fuck, I'm gonna skip around, guys. I can't keep doing this. I'm sorry.
Toxic subject, obsessed with skin color or not jokes. It makes me really sad.
Please stop thinking of me as a girl for you guys. It's exhausting. I did learn to take care of me. I go outside a lot now. I have a lot of passion and love for nature. I did reduce alcohol drinking. I'm proud to be alive and depression going away. That's something me as a 4chan weirdo. Who's better? Yeah, I'm better. I'm becoming like, who cares?
I'm getting better and becoming a cool person now that my life is
well. She's definitely fallen off. By the way, this guy's like coping so hard.
Comfy. Yes, I like edgy humor and I don't care about humans or minorities, but I'm a responsible adult, not a failure or anything else. I'm just Riri. Someone would reply with, "That's literally the audience you wanted, and even commissioned yourself as a Nazi, a girl failure, a loser. Did the elfin grift not work?" To which Riri would say, "Yeah, Nazi uniform are really pretty."
Yeah, like their uniforms are cool. Like that's fine. Like yeah, that's not like that's not an endorsement of like shit the Nazis did. You can discuss aspects of like Adolf Hitler and the Nazis, and like you can discuss these things in Germany and World War II. You can discuss these things and talk about aspects of it and find the good things while also pointing out, yeah, there's a lot of bad things and they shouldn't have done a lot of things that they did. Like you can do both. This is just like petty, like lefty fucking drama, like just stupid shit, like associating the word Nazi to everything. It's just fucking retarded, dude. Like, yeah, did she bring some of it on herself? Probably, but it's like, it's also just retarded. It's just like, it's virtue signaling. It's just like, it's petty shit. Nobody cares anymore. Shut the fuck up.
It's like talking to a wall. This tweet was definitely very interesting and a bit out of touch. I mean, what have you been doing the past year? She's practically begging everyone to stop.
Bro, can we focus on the other girl? What is your like hate boner with the rat girl?
Stop thinking of her as a girl failure when she only had herself to blame. She was the one who was in idea what gooning meant. And there she was all of a sudden every couple of days.
Welcome to my goon cave. Oh my god. Oh man, yo, honestly, like I love Caleb Hammer, by the way, but like, dude, every time he talks about gooning and goon and shit, like this is what I think of. Like, just like it's just loser behavior, bro. Like, holy fuck, like control yourself, man.
Tweeting, yeah, I need to goon. I need to go goon.
Like, I know it's hard. Like, it's okay if you can't always like succeed, but like try your best to like just get past this shit. Like it's you're gonna feel so much better. Like I'm telling you, just like this is such degenerate behavior.
I gooned too much. This was literally Elfin's entire personality, and there she was emulating it perfectly. Elfin would continue. I DM her about it, say I'm uncomfortable about it. She says, "Oh my god, sorry, you're my biggest inspiration." We make amends and move on.
Was it OnlyFans cat girl VTuber? She never did porn. There's plenty of people on OnlyFans that don't do porn. Nobody cares. This is the pot killing the kettle black. Starts following me, completely changes design to look like mine. Sure. I mean, like, she looks up to you, I guess. Like, who cares, bro? And if she's doing it better than you, that's your problem. Suddenly became an alcoholic. You're also faking being an alcoholic. Starts copying my tweets one-on-one. Probably because you're beefing and she's doing it because she's a woman. And this is how women get back at each other because they're very petty. I deem her about it, says I'm uncomfortable. She says, oh my God, you're my biggest inspiration. We make amends. We want smart, blah, 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 gun pie. Used to call friend. Oh, bro, this is such petty drama.
I support her. When she
why am I? Why I'm gonna kill him, dude? I can't believe, dude. I'm gonna freak the fuck out on him on Discord after this for making me watch this shit.
Get into drama. Calls me Gunpie 2.0 instead of DMing me and asking me what's up. So-called friend, am I right? I get pissed at this and stop talking to her. Copies me further. Almost all my jokes, all my edgy humor. Oh my God, guys, I'm so gross and gooner and girl failure and edgy, and post not shit constantly. Where did all this suddenly come from, bro? A few months pass. Now she says, oh my God, I'm healthy. I don't drink anymore. And I go outside. I'm not a Nazi, guys. Basically, we should forget the past few months happened and
yeah, honestly, if it's serious and she has moved on and changed, like, yeah, it's called forgiveness. I know women struggle with this, but like, you can forgive somebody and people do change. And like, now maybe she hasn't. I don't know. We'll keep watching, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, maybe it's a sign that you need to change too. This is so stupid, but I feel like a retard for listening to this shit and
literally
watching this shit.
I
don't even know, like,
having a black boyfriend. I don't care about your boyfriend's race, man. I don't care about you, dude. Can you leave me alone and maybe try to be more creative? You don't get pity points because people attack you online. You literally did it to yourself.
Bro, like, do you look in the mirror?
I'm edgy and I know people will dislike me for it. I've been like this since day one. You started being like this after following me. Please learn to be yourself and stop attacking people for no reason. Thanks. So look, Elfin was definitely making some good points here. Yes, it is true. Riri definitely started acting like her after following her. That's a fact. It seemed like Ririgaki's in.
Yeah, this is what women do. Like, women do this all the time. They do this in real life too, by the way. They create little cliques and they follow. There's always going to be like the alpha female, the pretty girl. They all follow their lead and they act like them and they engage in the same behavior. This is just normal women behavior. This is just female shit. Like, what are we doing here?
Was stealing as many viewers as she could from her, and when she saw that Elfin was potentially going to lose her career, she didn't try to defend her. She tried to make her move and call her Gunpie 2.0. However, it's not like Elfin wasn't doing the exact same thing. Look at this sentence near the end. I'm edgy and I know people will dislike me for it. I've been like this since day one. Again, this whole idea that, guys, I'm real. I'm authentic. In fact, Elfin would go as far as saying on her stream that Ririgaki was a very rare example of a true grifter. In her opinion, the word is overused. Not everyone's a grifter, but Riri was. This was her implying, of course, that she was a real girl failure. She was actually proudly alcoholic. Everything about her was totally authentic. And hey, to be fair, it worked. After Elfin would make her post about Riri, someone would confront Riri asking her, yo, what's up? Like, what happened with Elfin? Here's what she'd say in her Discord. She tried a lot in the past to get me canceled on Twitter and can't stop talking about how I stole her identity because I have a similar humor, /black hair, /loves alcohol, /depressed. Dude, imagine making that your entire personality.
Bro, imagine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, being depressed is not a personality trait. It's a fucking mental illness. What is wrong with you? Like, these are not personality traits. This is such fucking female behavior, man. I can't. Oh, there's still 30 minutes left.
Someone stole it. Dude, who are these people? Anyway, she would continue, cannot stand her. I did try to be her friend, but cannot stand girls sending nudes to 6 persons at the same time while trying to proclaim that she doesn't have a boyfriend, is white, and is not a whore all the time because
bro, it's like these women like can't look in the mirror. It's like it's the pot calling the kettle black like every single time. You're all fucking degenerates.
she doesn't want to lose her community. She is not honest and she is just another gimmick like she says. Now, to be fair, even Riri had made good points here, right? But it's like, both of these people are so unlikable, you don't really care about taking sides, do you? However, even with all that being said, the next day, Riri would make yet another post on her Twitter. Her alt account, of course, because her main one got permanently suspended. Her appeal failed. She'd say, I would like to apologize for all the people following me because I was looking and acting like a based, edgy girl failure. I know the drastic change of me getting mentally better and stopping to act like a loser can be deceiving for a lot of you, and I understand if you stop following me, but I cannot keep going like that. Sorry for looking fake. I never lied about my depression or my daily difficulty like my alcohol consummate.
I found her content on the lowest. Yeah, so like she was being harassed and all this docs and all this shit. She found somebody who like was proudly embracing all the things that she was being accused of. She looked up to her. Like, this is actually understandable. I actually don't have a problem with the rat girl, guys. Am I crazy? I think the rat girl is actually perfectly fine. I just think like this is a generally like person that was struggling, having issues. You like it, I understand the same. I've had the same thing. I understand the feeling of like, damn, here's this girl that like is getting all the same hate and flack that I am, saying some of the things that I'm saying, but like she's like proud of it and she's like immune to the criticism, and like I kind of look up to this. She literally told her she looks up to her. Like this is just, and like now she's like, I'm recovering, I'm doing better. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen this girl around before, like recently, like so she still exists. So it's like, yeah, maybe she actually seriously like changed, and like, okay, that's great. Like forgiveness is great, progression is great. Like, okay, like let's like you can't keep punishing people for their past all the time. That's just silly. So like I don't know. This it looks we're almost at the end. I assume like this doesn't go off the deep end at this point. So yeah, I mean this is perfectly understandable. I'm actually like I'm pro rat girl, to be honest with you. Like this seems fine.
I don't think she even bothered translating this, bro. Consommation, that's literally a French word, but yeah, her alcohol consumption. Secondly, I would like to apologize to @ElfinPsyop. I have her blocked because I don't want toxicity in my feed.
Yeah, blah 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 blah.
And copying
blah 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 blah.
myself as a LARPer. I also want to talk.
I understand that you see me as a LARPer driven by political beliefs were never fake. Yeah, I mean, you can literally have a black boyfriend. He's not black, by the way. You can have all these things. You can still not like the immigration policy of your country. These are things that are perfectly fine to criticize. It's perfectly fine to criticize third world immigrants that are coming into your country, not assimilating at all, causing crime, raping children, doing all this fucked up, retarded shit. They're scamming people. They're fucking up your tourism industry because they're camping out all your tourist spots and harassing people who show up. I just ended up basing my content only on that and edgy jokes. And pandering types of people when I'm just a normal autistic woman. Yeah, I mean these are just like they're young people. This is what young people do. I also want to talk to you about the black boyfriend controversy. I know a lot of my past fans were following me because of all this LARPing. I understand your sadness when you learn about the VTuber that you considered as base living of what you thought was a black immigrant boyfriend. He's probably not even an immigrant. I don't like saying that, but dating an immigrant or a black male is not something I would be able to do. I did date for 2 years in the past with a brown tan French male. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. He wasn't even black. That's what I'm saying. Like the people pointing this out are more racist than she was. She's not inherently even saying anything racist by pointing out immigration problems and problems of immigrants and immigrant behavior. But it's like, you guys all accused her of dating a black man and then shamed her for dating a black man. Like, do you understand that you're actually the racist here? What are we talking about? This was always public. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, from what I could see, from what he even posted in his video, that's what I'm saying. This guy's a fucking loser too, bro. The guy who made this video is a fucking loser too. Like, he's actually a fucking dweeb. Like, this guy's a fucking dweeb too. He's not any better than these guys. Like, this guy's acting like he's high and mighty and he's above all of this shit because he makes videos on it. But like, he's just as much of a fucking dweeb and a loser too. I would pay to see his DMs. I'm sure they're pretty bad. But it's like he's actually the one who went in on like, oh, black boyfriend, like, and then like I said, I guarantee you the people attacking her and like going after her were not even actually like legitimately her fans. They're people who like want to tear them down. Like they're range lefties that are looking at moral grandstand and virtue signal. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the picture, like the dude was very clearly just tan. He wasn't even. I don't think he was even brown. He was just tan, and like he's French. That's normal over there. Like this is just insane, bro. And like she didn't hide it. He was very, very clearly visible. It was in their Wikipedia page that they were dating. He's another VTuber. What is this?
About the black boyfriend controversy. I know a lot.
Oh my god.
/tan. First off, I just want to point out how she was talking about this like it happened in the past, bro. This literally happened like 2 months ago. You know, like this. There was barely any time between the old account and the new account. But hey, you know what? A surprising amount
Yeah, I mean, dude, things change really fast, man. Like, if like she's still like, I mean, it looks like this is the end of it. If she's still on the up and up, good for her. Like we can forgive and move on. I know you're probably like a deranged leftist yourself, so you can't. And like you seem like the really like strong virtue signal type, just based on this video. But like I could be wrong. I'm just making assumptions. But like, I don't like this guy either, guys. Am I crazy? I don't like any of the people in the video, and I don't like the guy making the video either. Like I don't like him either.
Of self-awareness in this post. She pretty much admitted she was a LARPer. That's because she was. She was a LARPer, and she was...
Yeah, she was attaching herself to somebody she was like inspired by and looking up to help her get through being attacked relentlessly by French people on the internet for saying shit that like is not really like that big of a deal. So like I understand it.
Grifter,
Like it is what it is.
But of course, this post wouldn't...
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, bro. It's not the same thing. Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, okay.
And get about novelty more than anything. Yes, we know that, Elfin. You're not like the other girls, right? To be fair, a lot of people here thinking we used to be friends aren't exactly wrong. I genuinely thought we made up and were good friends until I found out how she talks about me behind my back. I genuinely tried, man. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm super mean usually, and she was kind back and said I was her biggest inspiration. I've dealt with mean...
Because you probably were. You were probably a bright light in a dark spot, and yeah, like, and she emulated you in order to cope and get through whatever the fuck was going on. Okay, and whatever. These are women. This is how they behave. This is just fatherless behavior. Let's move on. What else do we have here? Like, are we done with like this petty drama? I don't care.
I mean, why wouldn't they? If saying racist slurs wasn't going to get her canceled, if having a secret boyfriend wasn't going to get her canceled, if having 6 different guys you're gooning to at the same time wasn't going to get her canceled, then the $1 million question was, what will? Well, what would end up canceling Elfin Psyop?
Osu. Oh no. Osu. Yep. Osu region. It's got like IP. It detects your IP basically, and that determines your region flag when you make an account, and you can't change it. And yep. So 4chan tracked down her Osu account and found out she was actually Pakistani. And then we're gonna find out that she's underage, and it's over. Okay, let's keep going.
Who had pretty much
like, bro, you could have made this a 30-minute video, brother.
Nurtured 100,000 castrated men who identified as white supremacists would be the day that she was finally exposed as a Pakistani. So, as I had already mentioned, Elfin's tweets would start to take a turn during the summer of 2025. Her edginess wouldn't just be for the sake...
This isn't edginess. This is a pretty common viewpoint. I mean, Tucker Carlson literally just did a fucking video today talking about like Jewish influence in the world. Like, anybody who doesn't live under a rock understands that this is a real thing. Now, is it like they actually literally control the entire world and everything, and we're all puppets to them? No. But like, this is definitely something you can talk about and point out, and it's also a very lefty thing to even like harp on. It's actually the one binding point between it's the one common cause between left wing and right wing people, especially in America, is like the actual like distrust of Jewish people. And it's like some of it is rightfully so. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and that's not anybody else's fault but the Jews. They put themselves in this situation because they do weird shit and fucked up shit and probably should stop doing it. And I would love to see their influence, and I would also like to see Qatar, and I'd also like to see Saudi Arabia's influence on the U.S. government and our politicians to fuck off and go away. That'd be great. I think we should just ban all of the foreign influence and foreign like fundraising that goes into politicians. I don't think any of it should be illegal at all, and I think if you do get caught doing it, you should be tried for treason. So yeah, I love astronomy so much because you're a woman. They all love it because there's too many immigrants in the UK, and it scares me to go outside alone. This is a perfectly fine take, in my opinion. I mean, if you watch enough news stories, you know what's going on over there. There's all kinds of like rape gangs and shit. Okay, no, I don't want to see this. Okay, let's keep going.
And yet, her own community also had criticisms relating to the fact that she might just be Pakistani. This was her...
Yeah, I mean, you can be Pakistani and be like kind of like an off-white color. Like, who cares?
Attempting to play into the joke while also raising the bar for her edginess.
Once again, you could be a Pakistani and you could be like a legal immigrant into the UK studying there legally, and you can still criticize the other Pakistanis and the other Muslims that are there illegally. You can still do those things. That's perfectly fine.
hoping
That is not like that's not a logical fallacy as much as you think it is.
that it'll kind of insulate her from criticism. This desperate attempt of trying to move on from the fact that she might just be an immigrant and trying to move on from her content.
Not a big fan of Indians. Don't do this. You don't have the right-wing grift. Everybody makes fun of Indians. They're like the most made fun of group of people on the planet. It's not even a right-wing grift. I would argue that the left wings make fun of Indians like more than anything.
Controversies would result in some pretty embarrassing moments, like her public crash out during the summer of 2025, when she would begin by saying, "Not a big fan of Indians." Someone would reply with, "Do not do this. You don't have to right-wing grift." This is probably someone who found her character and liked the design, or just liked the belly pic. This is when she'd completely and totally crash out. Grift question mark? Someone would say, "You're so brave and definitely not a pick-me who tries too hard to look based." To which she would say, "Uh-oh, the big pick-me word. I'm so scared, please don't use it. Funny, when I voice my unfiltered opinions, I'll get random retards saying, 'Oh my god, pick me, oh my god, grifter.' You realize when I say shit like that, I lose and filter more people rather than gain, right? I'd rather have people know what I think."
Yeah, I mean, she's not wrong here. So yeah, I once again, I don't care about any of the shit she says on Twitter. Like, this isn't the problem. The problem is the degeneracy that goes on behind the scenes, and the problem, which I think is still upcoming, because it looks like we're still going. She was probably underage the entire time.
Think about it.
Because from what I can see, she looks like a fucking child.
And just follow me for cute tummy pics, expecting a wholesome person, keck. Funny enough, my opinions have remained the same since I was 14 on major social issues. I think I'm pretty consistent with my mentality on things. It's so funny to me how she thought this was a flex. That same person, snot-nosed swagger, would call her out and say, "So you have the same opinions as a 14-year-old? Wow!" And then he'd get blocked. She couldn't handle it. She crashed out.
Yeah, that was a stupid thing to say, yeah.
And she just couldn't handle it anymore. The crash outs and weird behavior wouldn't be constricted to just Twitter, though. It would also happen in her Discord. She starts saying things that were definitely out of place. I mean, they were fairly random, right? For someone who was maybe Slavic or American, saying things like, "Northern Pakistan is entirely Aryan. No one seems to understand that." Pretty suspicious thing to say when you're not Pakistani. All of a sudden, this was very different from the rhetoric she was taking about immigrants and Pakistanis in general when it came to the UK. She used to tweet things like, "If leftists think some girl on the internet is a pedophile for posting petite girls that look like her on the internet, then why do they promote immigration that bring in Muslim pedophile and racists? Curious."
I think she meant rapist. Also true, by the way.
Yes. This is really funny when you consider the fact that some of the biggest Muslim immigrants to the UK are Pakistani.
Yeah, and she's there legally, and she can still criticize her own people. Just like I can criticize Americans, other Americans. I can do that. Like, like people in California or New York. Like I can criticize them. Yeah, I know. This is hard for you to understand, bro, because you're 100% a fucking leftoid, but like this is fine.
Right? You see where I'm going with this? All of a sudden.
Yeah, I see you're trying to like create a narrative for yourself for your video, and it took you an hour and 30 minutes to do this. I could have made this video in 30 minutes and probably made it more entertaining than you did.
When the pressure was mounted,
without trying to gaslight people into believing stuff that's kind of a stretch. Like, she's just a fucking weirdo with like degenerate loser with edgy humor. And then has political views that you don't agree with, and you want to associate things that are not associable. But like, let's keep going.
On Elfin, and it seemed like it was inevitable that she was going to be revealed as.
Fact is also the Jews bringing all the Muslims into Europe, which they are. That's true. It's not wrong. But sure, let's keep going.
Pakistani, she started shifting the blame from Muslims to the Jews, saying things like, "Oh, the reason why all the Muslims are coming to Europe was because Jews want to destroy society."
Well, no, they blew up their country, aka the Palestinians, and forced all of the Palestinians to migrate to Europe because they destroyed where they live. And they also attacked Syria. Syria became a destabilized nightmare. That's very Jewish influence, like Israeli influence, not Jewish, but Israeli. Let's not bring the Jews into it. Let's just call it Israeli, right? Most of the Muslim immigration into Europe is actually because of Israel. Like, that's actually why it's happening. Like, that's not like a conspiracy theory. You can look it up. Like a lot of the places funding them to send them there, and a lot of the destabilization going on in their countries that forces them to leave in the first place is because of Israel. Like, this is like a really edgy way to say it, But this is what a lot of people say this shit, bro. Like a lot of people say this shit.
She'd also suspiciously start saying things like this. I'm not gonna lie, Muslims got one thing right, and it's that pigs are filthy animals.
Well, it's because she's Muslim. So, yeah.
No
Anyway.
nutritional value and so much fat relative to beef. She used to be on 4chan when she was younger. There are threads dating back to as far as 2021 where they were referring to her as someone who was very attractive and was peak wife material. They'd be calling her their ideal crush, their ideal wife when she was a minor, mind you. And one of those people complimented
See, I called it, bro. It's all okay. It's all underage. Okay, here we go.
would say,
This is the crux, bro. You could have just went here and ignored all the other retarded, like pointless, like female shit going on. That like this whole phase right here was completely nonsensical. I think you were just trying to dunk on the rat girl because you don't like her either. Like this all could have just been skipped, brother. You could have just jumped right to here because this is actually the only part that actually matters and means anything. She was underage. And she was like soliciting herself like underage on websites, which is illegal. But it also means that the people who also have her photos are also going to get fucked. And I'm pretty sure you shared some of them in this video, so I probably would censor those.
Pakistan. Additionally, what didn't help was that her name was doxed, and it was painfully Arabic. Pakistan is a Muslim country that's heavily influenced by Muslim culture, so of course they have a lot of Arab names. At this point, it was simply undeniable no matter how much she wanted it to not be true. So around the end of December 2025, she would admit to her Discord, "Yes, I'm Pakistani, but I promise I'm only..."
Yeah, this is just edgy bullshit. I don't care. You guys hate me because he's happy. Your dad's Ukrainian, aka Jewish, just because they associate Ukrainians with being Jewish. I know all about this little fucking meme, which is a leftist meme, by the way. So it's like, it's actually a leftist meme to push that narrative. So it's not even a right wing thing. Like this girl's politics are just all over the place. Like, yeah, she's a grifter. Like, who cares? Like, this is just petty shit. All I care about is like what she's done that's illegal.
Into which she would say, I'm too
cute to be Indian. Okay, that's pretty base. That's actually funny. I'm drunk enough. Okay, the drunk stuff is completely fake. I'm happy. Weird combo, right? I'm not Muslim. I hate Muslims. That's actually also understandable. That's a good point. Maybe she actually could not be Muslim, right? Because she lives in the UK, and she's a woman, so she probably hates it and understands how bad it is. So that's why she calls it out. That's perfectly understandable, perfectly fine. This is all unnecessary, but let's keep going.
Like, oh, you come from very different cultures. Aryan man. I mean, at this
Aryan man, please colonize me. Aryan man, please. My punchline. Yeah, I mean, this is just unhinged gooner fucking female behavior. Let's keep going. Let's delete her Twitter account.
Okay. This stain on VTuber's reputations, as well as her insufferable community, were finally gone.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Most of you are just as bad as her. I'm gonna be honest. From an outside perspective, looking into this world, I view you all kind of on the same level playing field. To be honest, like some of you are just better at keeping your weird kinks and like weird behavior kind of contained and self-contained and secretive. But like you're probably all engaging in the same shit in the background.
He won. On the other end of these celebrations, though, were some very heartbroken men saying things like, "I hope Elfin Psyop comes back. Yeah, she's mentally ill and likes to provoke people, but she's not so bad that she deserves to have something terrible happen to her."
I mean, that's fine. Yeah, she doesn't deserve to like be killed or something or anything. She fucking needs help, to be honest with you.
Person here? That's literally what she did every single day.
The racism toward her because of who she is unacceptable. I generally hope she didn't hurt herself. No one deserves to be treated like that. Yeah, see, when stuff like this happens, bro, like I'm half good. Like this is the same thing with the rat girl. I'm pretty much like half convinced that like most of the hatred that came towards her when it got revealed she was Packy is like it's not even her own community. It's probably just like people who don't like her now harping on things because as soon as they get shit like that, they go for it. So yeah, it's just like this is just petty internet drama. Why am I watching this video? I just sent an grok to make her area. Okay, yeah, okay. She gets exposed. They found her on Osu.
Had the flag of
okay, yep, okay.
Literally come back just a few days later. And while she was expecting a bunch of hugs and kisses, she instead got the final blow to her short but very interesting career. So look, it was at this point that I started working on this video, but then I saw that she had tweeted on January 4th saying, "Hey, what's up, retards? I'm back. I went to a museum. I did a bunch of different things." She'd even post a selfie and a tank, the flag of Pakistan. Her post would get thousands of likes. Her community was so happy she was back. They were celebrating and saying, "Oh my God."
Yeah, because like once again, I'm like anytime backlash like this happens, it's literally fraudulent. It's not the people who actually like you, who follow you. It's like it's the people who couldn't wait for your downfall that are now gonna harp about every little thing possible. So it's like this is just all just like this is all just like nonsense, not a big deal. This is just internet behavior. But this like the underage part is like what I'm waiting for, because that obviously is a big deal.
I was worried about you. Oh my God, thank you so much for coming back. I missed you. So I was like, oh, I guess we're gonna pretend like nothing happened. Okay. She'd say all the speculation about me leaving for weird reasons was all wrong, lol. I left because I had personal reasons. This is when I figured, okay, dude, whatever. Like, who cares? I'm just gonna work on something else. And look, I want to make one thing clear. If Elfin continued as she always had operated and didn't change a single thing, then she could have very easily kept her career and her community. Again, they didn't care about her political ideology, okay? They just wanted a chance to get in a Discord call with her and have her goon. But what she would do 2 days later on January 6th, 2026, would be the dumbest thing I have ever seen anyone do on the internet ever, admitting to the distribution of child pornography.
I knew it. Get me out of here, dude. Like, honestly, bro, why couldn't you just get to this point? Like, what was the point of all of this? Like, this is just petty drama, bro. Like, this is just you like farming petty drama and like trying to fucking like shit on another. Like, this is so pointless. This was all pointless, bro. Like, this was like pure feminine energy from this dude the entire time. We did not need any of this context at all. Like, it could have just been like these first two parts in this, and the video would have been excellent. Holy fuck, this is way too long.
She'd make this tweet out of nowhere, saying, "Guys, I have a little announcement to make. So this may not come as much of a shock to some of you, but to most of the majority, I want to be truthful to all of you. When I first started VTubing, I was 17 years old. My hallmates living with me were older than me and would buy me all the alcohol."
There it is. So basically, if you have all these like her tummy pictures and all these things, you're actually pretty much distributing child porn. Yep, there it is.
Pretended to be a bit older online. I came to the UK to study a foundation year at 16, turning 17. They let you go early, especially if you have good grades. I'm 19 right now. The funniest part of all this is that I never told my age to anyone because I didn't want people to think it's weird someone underage is talking about stupid shit online. And the lie had gone for...
I mean, it was pretty obvious that she's young from just the shit she's saying and typing, pretending like she's an alcoholic when she's not, pretending like she's this and that, acting like a whore because like she's from a repressed country and came to a more free country that is very feminist. So like obviously she's going to be influenced by that and just like go full hog wild like most women do when they go to college. So yeah, this was pretty obvious, I think. I think this fucking mic drop was pretty obvious the whole time.
So long for me to tell the truth. But I'm a solid age now that I don't care. It's kind of why I suck at saying what age I learned what. Like, oh, I started going on 4chan when I was 14, but what I mean is like 11. I wanted to sound older somehow. I had to get a proper ID for 18 when I turned 18, and it was exhilarating buying my own beer. Ha 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 ha. Now here's the bombshell. Also, just thought to put this out there because all the images that my haters have been leaking are all technically CP. XD. Good luck. So yeah, what seemed like a post of her just being...
Yeah, but she's in trouble too because she was the one actually like posting it.
Being edgy as always, saying, "Hey, I've always been edgy. I've always been on 4chan. I've thought the same thing since I was 14." Ended up being one of the dumbest admissions of guilt I've ever seen in my life. Yes, she's been on 4chan since she was a minor, and yes, since then, she's been promiscuous. She's been sending explicit images of herself. She's been sexting. She distributed illegal material, and she's out here talking about it like, "Oh, gotcha." Someone would, of course, point this out, replying, "You realize taking the pictures and uploading them is you transmitting/distributing illegal CP as well, right? Just because it's yourself doesn't remove that." This is when Elfin would say, "Yeah, I know. But that shit was ages ago, and I sent it to a few people at different time intervals. I didn't know they would leak it because they're awful people. I hope they suffer."
Yeah, but like you also posted some of it, so yeah. I mean, they will suffer. I mean, like technically they're doing it too. But you know, that's going to be a legal battle whether they're like they knowing you were underage or not underage. Like but like you're definitely gonna get in trouble.
Smiley
Like,
face. This is of course in reference to the many nudes you can find online of her. So that means a lot of websites are hosting CP at the moment.
like imagine you could have just shut your fucking mouth and been fine. Like she could have had a career, kept doing her degenerate shit, been perfectly fine, had like her own little niche, but you had to say this dumb shit, bro. Like you just had to open your fucking mouth thinking you were fucking like Yagami Light pulling out the fucking Death Note to like write all these dudes' names in and like smirk at them and like you get the last laugh. Like women think they're so fucking smart until they realize they're not very smart.
If she's to be believed. At this point, she was fair game, okay? And this is when Johnzilla would make this Twitter thread saying, most people think Elfin Sao privated because she crashed out over her white supremacist friends finding out that she isn't white. But in actuality, it was because it was found out she groomed and sent weird and inappropriate things to minors.
Is it grooming though if she's the same age as them? Like, because like very obviously she was like 17, 18 herself. Like she was a minor herself. Like, is that grooming? I don't even know. Dude, this is just this is just why you don't engage in this shit. You just don't even get involved. You don't participate. You don't do shit like this. Like it always leads to like these fucking areas. Like it's like why even do this? Like for what? For like that fucking dopamine hit for 2 minutes, bro? Like what are we doing?
On her Discord server. The first example would be how she made a community member who was 16 draw a doujin, right? Like some sort of a adult comic.
It's dojin, but okay, buddy, good job.
Like of her and a VTuber she looked up to. He would post it in her Discord and she would say, holy fucking shit, dude. Oh my god. She would
2025. So would she say she's 19? So she was 18, could arguably be no, she'd be 18, right? Okay, yeah. So I mean, yeah, this is just fucking weird, but yeah, it's just this is just fucking weird, dude. Like holy fuck.
Also someone who was practically minor. She doesn't care. Why would she? But look, I know at this point you're thinking she's completely irredeemable. No way she still has fans, right? Well, there's a reason I refer to her fans throughout this whole video as castrated men. They're not castrated like literally, like physically. They're castrated mentally, in the sense that they stand for nothing. Their life is meaningless in the sense that they're willing to throw anything away just for a chance at having a gooner girlfriend. Someone would reply to Johnzilla's thread saying, what the fuck? Based? Me next, in all caps. So guys, I don't care. She could murder someone. She could, I don't know, carpet bomb.
A lot of women could get away with this, by the way. It's not just her. A lot of women could get away with this. You think she has a lot of power? Do you understand like how much like actual power over like really pathetic, like sad men that like some like way bigger VTubers have? They could easily do the same thing. They would get the same responses. I mean, literally, I mean, it's not even just men, it's women do this too. I mean, look at the guy from Florida that like he looks like the Joker who killed his fucking girlfriend and murdered her and like a bunch of other people. Like you have women literally simping for him and like just sending him fucking like nudes and like sending him money and shit. Like it's people are just like this, bro. It doesn't matter.
An entire family neighborhood. It would perform abysmally, and he would reply to her saying, why did you groom?
Bro, Brody Fox is a fucking loser, dude. Like what is happening here? I gotta see this part.
I don't care. Please, just get in a call with me and Goon. Please, I've never had a woman touch me. Please. The secondhand embarrassment would continue for Elfin, though. She would post an AI-generated clip of Brody Fox, a content creator, with him saying slurs that he never said because it's AI. It would perform abysmally, and he would reply to her saying, why did you groom minors and distributed CP? Linking Johnzilla's thread, out-ratioing her by 5 times. Yeah, at this point it was obvious. Elfin was becoming a lolcow. In fact, she had already become one by the time she deactivated the first time in December.
Yeah, pretty much, I
Seeing
think.
how much the pressure was mounting and how many of her close friends or community members were telling her, you're a dumbass for admitting this, you have to do something to contain this disaster, she would make this tweet in a desperate attempt to calm people down, saying, I lied. I lied about my age and being younger at the time because there's images of me on the internet that I sent to people I trusted. Never full nudity, and they use AI to make revenge porn of it. They actively
Okay, so she wasn't underage. She was just lying to like scare people who released her nudes. Okay, so dude, like, what are we doing here?
posted on all spaces I'm in.
Okay, oh my fucking god, like, what am I watching? I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna Discord him right now. Bro, what are you making me fucking watch, brother? This is your favorite VTuber? He says this is his favorite VTuber. Like, what are we doing, bro?
Trying to get back at me for rejecting them. How do you counter that? How do you even stop it? So yeah, I like.
You know what? It doesn't shock me, bro. If you got like, he's a fucking. It doesn't actually shock me. This is his favorite VTuber.
To scare them. Yeah, right. And I'm French. What are we doing? Lying now? No one.
Yeah. So now it's like now I don't even know. Like, I mean, she does look very young. Like, she looks very young. I have wonder if this is now her trying to cover it up or who knows. It's just the problem. Like, she just lies so much. These people are all just like degenerate fucking losers, bro. Like, I don't
Believe
this is like, oh dude, I'm tired, boys. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is her goodbye. Looks like this is it, right? This is the final one. This looks like it's it.
Announcing her graduation.
All right, let's get it. Let's finish this up
for good now. Here's what you have to say. Hey, thank you for always being by my side. When I first started streaming, it was crazy to me to have so many people like me so much and want to talk to me. It felt exhilarating to have friends in a community. All the art I got, all the friendships I made, the 10-hour Among Us sessions, it was incredible. Probably the best time I've ever had in my life. I wouldn't trade this time for the world. It meant everything to me, and you guys meant everything to me. I'd like to thank you all for being amazing agents.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand this. Like, this makes sense, and you have to keep it going, and you feel like you can't stop at this point, even if you don't believe what you're saying.
That's what you called her community.
Because you want them to keep liking you. Yeah,
for
blah,
believing
blah, blah,
in me,
typical like young person behavior.
Always been a massive loser. For always sticking by my side, buying my merch, liking me at all. I wish I could give you more than this. I wish I could be more than what I am for you guys, and I'm so sorry for disappointing you like I do every time. But I just wanted to say I really love you guys. Despite all the controversies and dramas we've been through, it's been way too fun to want to forget all of this. I guess the Elfin saga had to end on a weird bittersweet note like this. Fucking chaotic. It definitely wasn't meant to last. I never believed in myself that much. Too much shit has happened, and I'm too small of a person to be able to handle it alone. I've lost. It doesn't matter anymore. Please don't be sad when I'm gone. You can always look back on memories. So corny. I'll be graduating for good. I wish I could have a stream rather than this Discord announcement, but this is the best I could bring myself to doing.
Why did they call it graduating, by the way? It's so like child coded. It's very creepy and weird.
I want to seem pathetic on stream, have to act nonchalant. Thank you for being with me. I love you all. It was really nice while it lasted. Heart emoji. And so this was it. This time it was actually official. It wasn't like the other time she deactivated and just came back a few days later. No, this was it. Elfin Psyop would be no more. And as you might have guessed, people celebrated again, but her community was gutted. And shortly afterwards, she would completely delete her Discord. Elfin Psyop is a real one. I'm gonna miss my homie. I'm broken right now. She'll be with us always, in one form or another. Plenty more Indian women out there. Just go to India and bring one home. Dude, look at this tweet. Just look. Oh my God. When I die, Elfin will still be on my mind. I couldn't forget these past couple of years if I tried. Castrated beyond belief. You see, when people make fun of the male loneliness epidemic, don't show them statistics, okay? Don't make them think that it's just some guy who's sad that he's single. Show them these people mourning as if they lost a family member, when in fact it was just some grifter who was a Pakistani woman that pretended she was white. It is so pathetic, man. Okay, this is probably my favorite tweet. Okay, this is... Your Paki brothers will miss you, Elfin Pakistan. There was a lot of funny memes. Gets called brown once, fucking dies. Look at this guy. I wake up with the New Year's hangover, and one of the first things I learn is that Elfin is brown. First off, the fuck that I missed. Second off, is there a single one of you motherfuckers that's actually white?
Jesus Christ,
and just like that, the legendary meteoric rise of Elfin would end as quickly as it had started. Not with a bang, not with a whisper, but in a flaming hot pile of shitty diarrhea. But hey, as far as I know, the artist that had been ghosted by Elfin worked things out, and now you have an attorney involved. Meanwhile, Riri is still crying over the fact that she grifted, tried to be Elfin, and now her entire career is ruined. Hey man, all I gotta say is you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But before I end the video, I do want to point out something that's very, very interesting. There's a conspiracy theory going around right now that the reason why Elfin left and deleted all socials is because she's being pursued by UK tax authorities. You see,
I was gonna say, like, she's such a degenerate. I don't even think any of this shit is the reason why she left. There has to be another reason going on. So, like, yeah, this makes sense. So it's tax fraud because she's a student in the UK. She's technically, I'm pretty sure she's not actually supposed to be able to like have an income there. It's like part of the visa. So she's probably this is probably being funneled to somebody else or like a fake account, and yeah. So now somebody's going after her for it.
See, when you would donate to her PayPal link, it would show an email. It would say payment to blank blank at hotmail.com. And this was clearly not her name. This was a man's name. This was her boyfriend that she had while she cheated on him with 6 other guys. However, you have to remember, Elfin was in the UK under a student visa, which doesn't allow her to work or earn any income.
Yeah,
it seemed
she's
like she was
fucked.
funneling all her earnings to her boyfriend.
Yeah, she's
So the
fucked.
theory is that maybe she broke up with her boyfriend and he found out that she cheated on him with 6 guys and she was doing all this dumb shit on the internet. So now
I'm sure he was perfectly aware of it, brother. I think you're looking too deep into it. I just think the government realized they're being frauded. It's not hard. They could probably figure it out.
he's getting the tax authorities after her so he can reclaim the money that she took from him while also getting her kicked out of the country. Definitely an interesting theory, but I do think it might be a bit of a reach. I guess only time will tell. I personally think that Elfin will try to pull a Gunpei because she's practically Gunpei but 10 times worse. Eventually, she might recreate a new persona, a new character,
Oh, she's definitely coming back. You guys can never give this shit up. It's crazy.
and try to come back into streaming slowly. Will she carefully disguise herself? No, people will recognize her,
No.
but her community will be very happy that she's back because, as you can see, there's a void in their hearts.
Yeah, and who cares, bro? Like, let the debauchery, just let them have their little space, man. Like, I don't care. I know you guys are just as bad behind the scenes. You just hide it better. Like, let's just not pretend. Let's just not pretend, man.
It still
You're all the same. Let's not pretend. Like, you're not any better.
hasn't been filled, guys. I've made so many videos, throughout this career. There. You'll find a link.
Okay, that's it. Dude, this was fucking exhausting. I'm actually mad. I sat through this and just wasted like 3 hours of my fucking life I'll never get back. My overall opinion of VTubers is like drastically lower. It was already pretty low in the gutter to begin with, but now it's even lower. Honestly, this is just like the most degenerate, like inappropriate, like just retard behavior I've ever seen. Most of it's nonsensical. Most of it, this guy is just exaggerating just for fucking, to make money off of it, because this is probably all he does. It's just like sits on a moral high ground and pretends like he's better than everybody and makes videos on them, which is great. Good for you, bro. You got your own grift. By the way, you're also a grifter. Just like you're also a grifter. Essentially, you're a hypocrite and you're a grifter. But like you're all just as bad as each other. Like I don't like this guy. I don't like anybody in this video. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated this whole thing. I'm very, very much like angry and annoyed, and I don't know what I just wasted my time watching. This is like an online behavior that's just completely meaningless and nonsensical. The only real meat of this video that like actually had any validity and really mattered at all was the fact that she was a minor and there's just underage inappropriate shit going on that's illegal. And also the tax evasion thing, like that's actually big too. You could have just went with those and made like a 20-30 minute video, but instead we had to sit through like an hour and 30 minutes of like women splaining, like petty drama between two people that had nothing to do with anything at all. And honestly, I think the only person in this I didn't completely hate was the rat girl. Like I kind of like understood where the rat girl was coming from. She's still a fucking degenerate and piece of garbage, and you just shouldn't associate or even deal with people like this. But like I said, I have a strong feeling majority of the VTubers are actually like this behind closed doors. A lot of Twitch streamers are like this behind closed doors. I've been to Twitch cons. The first one and the one after that, I forget which one that was, but yeah, these guys have parties. They do drugs. Like all your favorite Twitch streamers, by the way, are like the reason why they seem fucking tweaked out a lot of the time. By the way, is because they're literally on drugs. They have private parties at TwitchCon. They do drugs. That's why there's no cameras allowed and it's like invite only. But if you do manage to sneak in or you do learn about it, like all your favorite Twitch streamers are doing drugs in the background. They're all like fucking like they're all fucking each other and having like weird relationships with each other. This is why they're also fucking weird and just like they don't seem normal. If you actually go outside and talk to normal people, your favorite Twitch streamer does not act normal. This is also why I'm pretty sure a lot of the VTubers act like this too, because it's mostly dominated by women, and women just naturally are very competitive and do not actually really get along with each other as much as they pretend they do. And then every single VTuber has a manager who's usually a man, and that man is probably their boyfriend or husband, and they're just not telling you. And yeah, I mean, I like that's pretty much it. I mean, this I did not I'm actually like really annoyed that like I sat through this. I got debated, by the way. The way my friend described this video to me is not where this video went whatsoever. I feel fucking I feel completely debated right now. And I really hope this is not his actual favorite VTuber and he's actually just trolling me. And yeah, I'm actually pissed, but I do need to finish. I'm so committed at this point. I have to upload this because I don't have time to record anything else today. So enjoyed this. If you guys sat through this, I love you. I'll get back to like more normalized content. This was like the most online shit I think I've ever sat through in my fucking entire life, and I'm actually physically exhausted. Like I'm actually physically exhausted. Like I could not ever watch anything like this ever again. I'm so tired. I feel like I lost brain cells. I'm out of here. Goodbye. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. God save us.